Good morning. Good morning. Merry Christmas Eve. Hey, 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 hey. It's a party. It's a party. Okay, I don't know what kind of party it is, y'all. But I brought my bubbles. I'm wearing somebody's pet. And I got the sparkles. So I'm here. I'm ready to go. I have nothing to talk about today. If you're watching this for the first time, my name is Rashida Dow. On this channel, I talk about my life in Mexico City, your life in Mexico City, in case you're curious about moving here, taking career breaks, because I am a big advocate of career breaks and a whole bunch of other stuff. But today is kind of like a lot about nothing. So if you're part of my YouTube membership, I dropped a link in the chat, in the community for you guys to join. There's a link you can just get on camera and hang out with me today. Everybody else, let's talk about it. Y'all show up acting like I'm going to be a different person one day. And I want you to know I am true to this. My foolishness is 100% year round. We doing a lot. Hello. So let me figure out how to open this with these nails on. I'm back in my press-on nail era. This is the one I was drinking at the hotel the other day that was really nice and sweet. So I figured with the holidays coming up, it was time to have more of it. I can't get it open. Hold on. And I have some members waiting in the green room. We're going to call it the green room to join. But I want to say hi to you guys first. So if you want to join and you're a member, go to the community and there's a link for you to get in. We don't talk about nothing today. So if you want to talk about something in the comments, let me know what y'all want to talk about in the comments. Open. Got the foil off. Will she take out her eye? Probably not, because she's done this before. Will it spill? Hopefully not. My rug is a skin. Surprise, surprise. So if it does, it's a cowhide. So if it spills, I'll be all right. All right. The seriousness, the effort. Am I going to break a nail off? Maybe. Ta-da! Yes. Oh, bubbles. Let me just pour it now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now I'm ready. We can start. Now, if you're watching this video for the first time, if this is your first time at my channel, it's not always like this. Sometimes it's like this, but it's not always like this. But if you like this, go ahead and subscribe. Turn on notifications. Say hi in the comments. Okay. Let me say hi to y'all in the comments. Aileen, Yolanda, I got you. We're going to be on in a minute. Let me say hi to all y'all that are here. Good morning, Aileen, Nisha, Eleanor, Winnie, SLS Forever, Chloe, Doe, Adelia, Stephanie Perry, who's having her annual Christmas party today without me. I'm not even sure I got invited to this one. Let me think about it. I don't remember. We'll talk about that again later. Oh, it's 1 a.m. in Karina. Oh, Nisha, it's Christmas for you already. Merry Christmas, Nisha. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Comfort, Igami, Denise, Shonda, High Vibe, Auntie Lou, Adelia again, because I don't need a reason to celebrate, but if you give me one, I'm in there. Carmen, Adrian, Genesis, Auntie Lou, Patty Palmer, High Vibe, Lori, Aspen, Sierra, Shonda, Shauna, Celeste, Sabrina, Jay, Marilyn. Hey, Auntie Marilyn, I need your passport. I need a photo of your passport, Auntie Marilyn. So send it to mom or send it to me. I need a photo of your passport. She's going on vacation in February. And we're going on a cruise. The cruise was like, we need to know her exact birth date because no one under 12 is allowed in this dining room we're going to. And I was like, we'll be all right. Like, there's no, she's not under 12. But I have your birth date right. I don't know if I have your birth year right, but I sent them some information because we going to a fancy dinner on the cruise ship. All right. Hey, to everyone who's here. I'm going to bring Aileen and Yolanda on at the same time. I've never done two people at a time. That didn't sound like... I have never done two people at a time, but also I haven't had two guests at a time. So let's do that. Aileen, you are muted, so you got to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Let's see how I can do this. At the stage. And I'm going to add Yolanda. Hey, party people.
Hello.
Hey. Hola. Okay, Aileen, where in the world are you?
I'm in my living room right now.
Okay, but we're not saying where your living room is. That okay?
I'm in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Okay. All right. How's the weather out there?
Actually, pretty mild. We're gonna hit 55 today, so no snow, no anything, possible rain, but that's about it.
How does that feel for Christmas for you?
I like it. I mean, I'm a Midwest girl, so I don't really like snow, which is, I would prefer having the holidays in a nice tropical locale.
Speaking of nice tropical locale, here comes Miss Yolanda showing up from the beach, right, where she can see whales from her balcony, her patio, her terrace.
Yes, with my binoculars that were provided to me. So it's whales or other people, just people in general. Yeah.
People in general. So do you want to share where you are in the world?
Yes, I am in Puerto Vallarta right now. I am on a month-long pet sit. That's going to take me somewhere into January.
Okay.
And I'm loving it.
Who turned you on to pet sitting?
Stephanie Perry.
Bethany.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Stephanie Perry. Just doing a random search back in 2022. Yep. I was doing searches about, I wanted to change some things in my life, and Stephanie Perry popped up, and I was like, what is this? Yeah.
And how many, so you found out about house sitting in 2022. It is 2023.
Yes.
How many house sitting have you done in that time?
I think this is like my 26th or 27th. Yeah.
I signed up for house sitting. I signed up for Trusted House Sitters in like 2021, and I've done 0.
It's not for everyone, but for me, it's a blessing.
Every time the money comes out of my account, I'm like, why am I in this? I need to actually use it. But you've done 26 or 27, and you're doing like month-long house sits, and you're going to places you actually want to go, right?
Yes. So I'm from Houston. Well, I'm from Houston, but I've been pet sitting around Texas for the most part. But whenever I want to go someplace like San Diego, like a certain part of North Carolina where I have some family, like Rabat, Morocco, because I had to use that plane ticket. Okay. Yeah, I've been going and just figuring it out, and it's been amazing.
Stephanie loves to crown a winner, and she says, "You are the winner. You are." I don't know the winner of what you win. That's not my business. That's between you and Stephanie. Call her. I'm gonna text her. You don't have to answer the phone because she don't use it like that. But still,
I'm putting my glasses on. I can't see what she's saying.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, so in a non-derogatory sense, you are homeless, right?
Proudly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Because you've been house sitting without a home for how long?
So I gave up. My first pet sit was Thanksgiving 2022. And in January 2023, I gave up my $2,000 a month apartment. And I say that, like with utilities and everything. It's like, yeah, I gave up that apartment, and I've been doing it full time now. I have done some travels where I was like in Spain for a couple of months, and I did one pet sit in Morocco, but pretty much I took off like 2 months where I did not pet sit. But other than that, I've been pet sitting all around Texas. It's a you have to be for me. I'm doing it full time where I have a budget. I have a budget of $500 a month that allows me, if I have any downtime in between my pet sits, that I can get a Airbnb or stay with friends. I mean, I have a daughter and a bestie that have hooked me up, and I very seldomly had to dip into my $500 a month budget, but I have done it. And like for Thanksgiving, I got a hotel in Houston at a very nice hotel, and I just enjoyed it. But for the most part, yeah, I have not paid rent or a mortgage. Well, I've never had a mortgage, but I haven't paid rent in a year, and I love it. It's been a game changer.
I feel kind of a way about this. Like it really lets me know that I'm not doing what I need to be doing with my house sitting account. Live for me, baby. Live for me. I love it.
Thank you. It's been. I didn't know. You don't know until you know, and now I know.
And now you went from $2,000 a month to 500 that you don't usually spend.
Yeah.
So you're just pocketing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life.
So
It's a
now
life. It's a life.
it's a different way of living, but it's the best one of the best decisions I've made in recent years. Yeah.
All right. All right, Aileen. Both of you. Are y'all feeling festive this holiday season? Like, despite all of this, I'm not really feeling festive. I'm not really like, it does not feel like Christmas. I'm not feeling in the mood. Are you guys, what's up with that? Y'all in the comments, let me know, because this feels like the most un-Christmassy Christmas I've ever experienced.
Honestly, no. This year doesn't seem very
Oh,
festive-y. It's almost like it's just a regular old day. So
it's just, I can't tell why. I don't know the why behind it, but I kind of feel like, eh. I mean, I'm gonna put it on, right? But like, I'm not really feeling it inside. I don't know. What about you, Yolanda?
It's not. I haven't been one to like put up Christmas trees and do all those decorations and all that stuff. That hasn't been my jam for a long time, and it doesn't take away from me just appreciating my experiences. Um, I think the last time I was talking to my youngest daughter about this, I think the last time I put up a Christmas tree was back when we had a cat, and the cat would climb up the Christmas tree, and I was like, I guess that's over with. Yeah, we're done. So I haven't put up a tree in a while. Even just having my apartment, that's just not my thing. But my daughter and one of my friends asked me, "So what are you going to do for Christmas?" It's like, "Girl, I'm not part of Vallarta. What? I, I, I may sit on the bed and just watch freaking Die Hard, for a few hours, and as I watch this, as I look at the boat sailing by, I don't know. I'm okay with that. It's um, I'm not one that I am for experiences, even just with myself. Do I miss my family? I have a huge. I think the second oldest of like almost 50 first cousins. Yeah, I have a huge family,
5
but
0?
yeah, 50. I think that's right. And if any of my family's watching, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but I know I'm the second oldest. Um, but yeah, so I have a huge family and there's lots of love there. But also, I'm okay by myself. Yeah.
I think I'm okay by myself. Um, but something about this, I don't know if there's less Christmas stuff or I'm experiencing Christmas less. I went to see the Nutcracker yesterday with Shonda, who's here in the comments. And while it's a Christmas experience, I still wasn't like, yes, Christmas, hot drinks. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it. Like
Is
it's
it
not
different
really.
from last year? From your previous Christmases here?
I don't remember feeling like this in a long time, where it's like Christmas. And yes, I was going to mention Die Hard. Stephanie mentioned Die Hard. The other day, I've gone out. I've gone out every single day since Wednesday. Every night I have been outside since Wednesday night, and I have tonight out and tomorrow night out as well. So I'm in the streets. Anywho, the other night a bunch of us were together, and someone said, Bruce Lee said Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie, so it's not a Christmas movie. And I have to say, not Bruce Lee, Bruce Willis. That's the
I'm
important part. So,
like,
he's not talking to me. Bruce Willis said it's not a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. And I'm like, I am so sorry. Bruce Willis is wrong. Like, he don't know what he's talking about. I hate to be the one to tell him what he don't know.
what his movie is about.
Die Hard. I know you was all up in the script and stuff, sir. But how dare you? How dare you say it's not a Christmas movie? It is absolutely a Christmas movie. Now, The Wiz. What part of The Wiz is a Christmas movie? It's festive. It's pretty. It's not a Christmas movie. Miss Stephanie is going to be watching it today because that's her go-to Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. Yesterday, she was like, it's a holiday movie because it starts in Thanksgiving. What's starting in Thanksgiving got to do with Christmas? Nothing. So y'all go ahead in the comments and tell Stephanie she's wrong about that, please, and thank you. Oh, I'm waiting. I'll be waiting. I need to see it in the comments. Wiz is not a Christmas movie. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah, Shauna wants to see the Nutcracker too, and it didn't put me in a movie. It was nice. Okay, so I've been trying to get into like my Mexico City performing arts things. So it was nice to see the ballet, but it felt like going to the ballet on like a regular day, not Christmas. Maybe because it's like 70 degrees outside, right? Like, I don't know. And I think the thing about my life that has changed from the way I used to celebrate before is I try not to buy things that I'm not going to be using year round. Like this is as Christmassy as it's probably going to get as far as like attire or decoration goes in my home. They sell these wooden Christmas trees here that are like they're like large wooden dowels drilled together in like a triangle shape. Really cute, really good looking. And then you can like spin them around so like it makes more of a tree. It can be 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional if you spin them on the thing. Any hoodle. I was like, oh, those are super cute. I'm thinking about getting one, but I'm like, but when it's not Christmas, I have to store this.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I could do ornaments, but then I have to hold on to them or get rid of them, which also feels like wasteful, right? To have like only do something for one like a week or two and then throw it away. Or your dog making noise back there, girl.
Yeah, they like to drag the dog bowls all around. Yeah.
You on camera, girl. You on camera. We on camera. You go. We on camera too, baby.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna act the food together. Okay, so
all of us. High Vibe says, I'm over the mass consumerism that is Christmas. It feels empty. Always in Pursuit is watching Die Hard right now because it's a Christmas movie. Okay. Also, what are the rest of your Christmas movies? Drop them in the comments. What are the Christmas movies you guys love? In the comments, let me know. Long Kiss Goodnight. Yes, a Christmas movie. Gina skating on that ice. Gina Davis on that ice. That is a Christmas movie. The Wiz. Dare you. All right. Okay, so
Love Actually, of course.
Love Actually, which I used to really love, and I haven't watched probably in like 10 years. So I think I might watch it this year. Aileen, what are your Christmas movies? Let us know.
Love Actually, Die Hard, of course, and then basically, I would say A Miracle on 34th Street, but I haven't watched that in quite a while.
Ooh, okay, wait. Now, Goshan said Jurassic Park. Now, baby, I'm not going to tell you wrong like I'm going to say about The Wiz, but I just don't know. It don't feel Christmassy to me, baby. It doesn't. Was it around Christmas that it happened? Like, all I know was I was my mom. I was probably in high school when it came out ish, or maybe just past. I don't remember when it came out. But I was like late teens ish somewhere, maybe early 20s. I don't know. My mom went to in the movie theater without me, and she was like, "How could you let me do that?" And I was like, "I didn't even know you were going." And she was like, "It was so bad. I can't believe. Oh my God, I was so scared." And I was like, I didn't know you could go. But yeah, so I always think of like the fear. When you see Jurassic Park the first time, that mess was scary. I wasn't thinking about it as a Christmas movie, but maybe I'll reconsider it. Home Alone, a good one, which I haven't watched in forever as well. Um, are the sequels any good to Home Alone? I don't think I've watched the sequels. Anybody know? The sequels to Home Alone, are they good? Y'all let me know. Reindeer Games, which sounds familiar. Let me hit the Googles because it sounds
Isn't that
familiar,
like a
but
homicidal thing or some kind of like serial killer stuff?
I mean,
Isn't Reindeer
But
Games like
hey,
a war movie almost like?
we're going to find out in a second. Reindeer Games, 2000 film with Affleck, and I can't see whose face that is. Ben Affleck and Gary. Oh, Charlize. That's Charlize and Gary Sinise. Okay. Yes, but there's like a gun on the cover. And some Santas. There's a gun and some Santas
okay.
on the picture of a film. So let me add this to my. I'm gonna make a list right now of things I'm gonna watch. Spend the day watching. All right, reindeer games. I'm gonna add Jurassic Park. That might be a tomorrow thing. I don't know. What else? What else are we adding to the list, y'all?
So for me, one of my movies and stuff that actually I tried to watch, like I think it was Friday night. I tried to watch it, and I realized I may have just I'm not into it anymore. But It's a Wonderful Life is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
It's just like something that I watch every year, and I don't know if it's because where I am right now. I was like, so I had it on while I was actually doing other stuff on, like doing some work and personal stuff on the laptop. But yeah, It's a Wonderful Life always kind of makes you remember it's like it could be worse.
Ooh. Okay. With no judgment to anyone in the audience, I feel like we may be taking Christmas movies too far because and I can take I can take things far, but y'all might be taking them too far when you say the Gremlins. Gremlins as a Christmas movie?
Now that was a scary movie to me.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I can
I'm
see
not
that
saying
actually.
I'm not there with you. You can see it, Eileen. You can see it.
That movie just
I
grossed
Yep,
don't
me
I can see
know.
out.
it. It happens in the
Okay.
wintertime. I think Gizmo is a Christmas gift, so I think I can see that.
I think I've blocked Gremlins out of my brain. Like I know that I can picture them, and I know the like key points in the plot, but like most of it is like yes. Our Black Utopia says wasn't the Gremlin a Christmas present? Yes. Elf. Stephanie agrees with Gremlins. I don't know, but I'm there. This Christmas, who's in this Christmas? I want to sing the song now, but I do not sing, so I'm not gonna do that. No, that's last Christmas is the song, isn't it? This Christmas. Oh, it's Black people. What are we doing, Black people? Oh, Regina's in this. Idris. Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. I've reached the point in life where I forget about movies I've watched and who's in them. And then I start watching a movie and accidentally I'm like, oh, if I'd known this person was in the movie, I wouldn't have watched it because I don't want to see them on my screen. Chris Brown is in this movie, and I'm like, I don't need you showing up on my TV. The other day I was watching Training Day. I was doing something and I was like, oh, Training Day popped up as an option. And I was like, I can watch it in the background. I have to like watch it. Here comes Dr. Dre. Who told you to be in this movie with your non-acting ass? Who said? Who said to show up and ruin this? I got to look at your face. I don't need this. Go away. Oh, we getting some guests. Come here, come here, come here, puppy. Come here, puppy. Come here. All right. Lenora says Edward Scissorhands. Yes, ish. I feel like I'm there with the holidayness about this, but I don't remember the Christmasness about it. The Preacher's Wife. Auntie Lou has never seen The Preacher's Wife. Girl.
I've never seen
Yes,
it either. Or if I did, it's like
you got to watch it. Auntie Lou says the same thing like Chris Brown. He was in Think Like a Man. I started watching Think Like a Man the other day, and I was like, why do they keep putting you in movies? I don't want to see. Oh, Clumber Short is in this Christmas. Another one. Baby, you ruin things for us. Don't do this. Oh, Shauna's supposed to be downstairs cooking. For who, girl? You don't need to cook. You don't need to cook. Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy. I watched the other day on Amazon. Not bad. Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross. Who watch any Tracy Ellis Ross is it? Because like, what is she doing? Them dogs said, "Baby, come about me. Come here,
She's
puppy."
got the dogs like Stephanie
here,
had Tico.
Come here, puppy. Yes. Ruff. Ruff. Yes. The Best Man Holiday. I don't think I've ever watched that. Let me add that. That's a good one to add to my list. Okay, but anytime I watch, I'm one of those people that if I'm watching like season 2 or 3 of a show, or if I'm watching the sequel of a movie, I got to go back and watch the original. So I watched The Best Man Holiday. I'm gonna have to watch the movies that came before it. How many came before it? 2 before it? I don't know.
I just watched Best Man Holiday for the first time, like maybe a year ago. I did not know that was so emotional. I was boohooing. Yeah, that was rough.
Okay.
That was really rough.
All right. Maybe I won't watch it because I'm not in the mood to be emotional. Okay, The Holiday. Is that the one with Queen Latifah? The Holiday?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That too. I literally have a list right now. You hear me typing. Janice, are you joining us? Because your camera been off. I see you here, but your camera's off. Are you coming on? Yeah? Okay. I can't really hear you, but do you want to come on? Give me a thumbs up if you want to come on right now, or thumbs down if you don't. Okay. Here we go. Boo, Janice is joining us. Love and Basketball as a Christmas movie. Hear you. Yes.
To each his own. To each his own.
Listen, Love and Basketball is not even a love story. It's not even a love story. It's how much will you put up to get that man story? And
Yeah, that
irritates whatever gets you through the holidays, whatever works for you. We ain't judging.
Okay. Listen, listen. Put on your favorite movie today. Make sure you have some food in the house. Hopefully, you didn't have to cook it. And put on some. Okay, so the holiday is Cameron Diaz, and she switches homes with her friend. So, and last holiday is Queen Latifah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Last holiday. Boom.
Okay. Has anybody seen Almost Christmas?
Who's in that one?
Danny Glover. What's her name? Monique.
Oh yes, I have seen that one. That's like his sister.
One.
Huh?
I have seen that.
That one. That one is hilarious.
Okay.
What's her name? Elise somebody.
Kimberly Elise. Gabrielle Union. Okay, yeah. We're like them. We're not gonna give away the whole plot if you haven't seen it yet. But okay.
So this is gonna age me a bit, but I'm gonna say because she said Danny Glover, and it just made me think. I don't care. Yeah, it's gonna age me, but Lethal Weapon, Christmas movie. If Die Hard can, so can Lethal Weapon.
Ages me. So
it's like Lethal Weapon 2 or 3 that it's in during Christmas time. So yeah.
It started with Miracle on 34th. I don't think we can age any of us past that. Right? Like we good. We're
okay,
right.
fair enough.
All right. Let me add that. Listen. Lethal Weapon was a good one. Four Christmases is a cute comedy. These are all things that like I know in my brain and I can't. They're not coming out. So who's in Four Christmases? Janice,
Trading Places. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Trading Places.
Is Trading Places, does it? Okay, I guess we should stop for a second. Y'all. In the comments, let us know what makes something a Christmas movie and what makes it not a Christmas movie. Like in my brain, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie. I'm sorry, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but Trading Places is not a Christmas movie. So what's the difference?
So the reason why, well, somebody else who I can't see who actually posted that, Chloe though said Trading Places. The reason why I agree is because one, there was snow and there was Christmas. There was some scenes where there was like definite Christmas factors going on.
Let me add it to the list. All right, Janice, what is your Christmas movie, your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
What you gonna watch today and tomorrow?
I've been watching them new Lifetime Christmas movies.
I've been watching the ones that come on Amazon, and it's always like some white woman who
Yeah,
moves home and falls in love
but
with
it's
the
some
Yeah,
carpenter.
move to a small town.
Yes, it's always the same thing, but it's kind of like you don't really have to watch it because you know what's gonna happen. Oh no, we're in
As soon as
love.
the guy
Oh,
come in, you know what the plot is.
oh.
So here's the thing, and somebody on my social media feeds have posted this in one of my groups that said, and you know what, everybody has, you know, I have definitely enjoyed my fair share of the Lifetime movie kind of um, schemes or scenes, you know, movies. But because it's always like the successful woman has to move to the small town to find the real love and real passion in life and like make herself less in order to really appreciate. That's where I'm like,
But
oh,
also,
it's kind of crazy.
she was unhappy with her job and her big city life.
Yes,
She was
yes,
unhappy there, and she didn't know true happiness until she found this man in the sticks of
yeah,
nowhere where her great grandpa
yeah,
grew up. But she got to go back because the mill needs her
yeah.
and shut down without her.
And I'm down for a good love story, but how about the small town man comes to the big city, just thinking outside the box. But there are movies for everybody, and that's what they
And
focus
how about
on.
he's unhappy finds his queen? No, it's always like
Yes,
she's like, oh, I'm so stressed at work. I'm having a mental breakdown. Oh my God, now I'm in love and everything is better.
yeah.
Okay. Talk to us a year later.
Yeah.
Still milking these cows and baking these cookies. Okay. All right. Listen, Shauna says she'll soon regret the man and being stuck in the sticks. You in the city for a reason, girl. All right. My Christmas Inn was cute. It's on YouTube. And Adelia said there are a bunch of BT and OWN movies on YouTube. So that might be the move as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think when Tyler Perry took it over, he started kind of throwing his stuff in there and going along that line.
What did he take over?
Didn't Tyler Perry like buy BET, or he's got a large stake in it or something?
I don't know. You telling me. I don't know. All right. SLS
We
Forever
all learn
says,
something new.
if you like bad horror movies, there's one called Santa Jaws that my mom likes. It literally has a killer shark wearing a Christmas hat on its head and Christmas lights in the ocean. I'm not a horror movie person, but that sounds hilarious.
I'm
Listen,
looking at it.
if it's any kind of horror, I ain't doing it. If my nervous system might jump a little bit, if I get a little twinge, I ain't doing it. But a shark with a Christmas hat and lights, I might could do
Santa
that.
Jaws.
I might could do that.
I'm down for a bad horror movie. If it's like obviously bad, yes, I'm for it.
Like when I went to see the Meg, because if Jason Statham is in it, I'm gonna watch it. And not because I'm like, ooh, Jason Statham hot. I'm like, he's going to shoot, he's going to run, he's going to drive, he's going to fight. Okay. Oh, in the water? Okay, sure, whatever. But I was like, this is quite terrible. The Meg was so like, Jason Statham needs to be on dry land because that was not a good water movie. But still.
I'm sorry, Santa Jaws is a 2018 movie. It's not even an old movie. This was made recently.
Which one? Santa Jaws?
Yeah, 2018.
Well, yes. have had the technology to make this, to make it well in 1985.
Versus the original Jaws. Okay.
10. Wait. My comment just went away. Okay, my computer's broken. Shauna's installing her bidet. Okay, the purchase didn't go through. Aspen Sierra says, JG said the purchase didn't go through. Aspen Sierra says he didn't. It was just rumors. The Perfect Holiday, Morris Chestnut, Gabrielle Union, Charlie Murphy. Coming to America, Eddie Murphy. Is Coming to America a Christmas movie?
It has to know when it has a Christmas moment.
Criteria is hella low. Woo! Hella low. Brittany Joy says, my favorite ever one to take place on tropical islands and the weather is 75 plus. Napa Ever After is a Black Hallmark movie. It's not Christmas, but it's cute to watch. I'm going to add it to the not this week list. Napa Ever After. All right. A little space in between there. We're doing Christmas movies only. All right. So I'm going out these days, even though I've been going out, has been like kind of a mess because things are either super expensive or like inexpensive. I don't understand what's going on. But I've been leaving my house and I want y'all to clap for me. There we go. Denise knew I meant it for real. Yes, Denise knew. I've left the house every day since Wednesday. I'm going to dinner tonight. I'm going to dinner tomorrow night. How am I going to get there? I don't know, because the other day I hit Uber up, and to go 5 miles away was like $20-something, and I was like, y'all got me effed up. Like I was about to hit up my girlfriend like, I'm not coming. I'm so sorry. Like I'm not, and not because I don't have $25, but because the idea of paying Uber that price in this city to get anywhere, that's more than it costs to get home from the airport. I was like, I will not be paying that amount of money. Now it came down a little bit later, but I was about to call my girlfriend like, I'm sorry. I know I said I was coming to your party, but Uber said I'm not. But last night going home from being out with Shonda, I've been seeing one of our other friends because she lived close by. The Uber was only 49 pesos. And I got picked up in a Mercedes. Like that's like $3 in a Mercedes to get home. A distance that was probably not much further than that was $20-something yesterday. And I got this for the first time ever. Uber. So I tried to call it and it was like 69 pesos. So $4-ish. And then I was checking the price, and then later on I checked, and it was like the 69 was crossed out and 49 was written in. And you know, Uber usually says the price is higher than usual because there's more demand or whatever it says. This time it was like the price is lower than usual, and I'm like, I've never seen Uber say the price is lower than usual. Now the Mercedes I went home in, I wasn't sure it was gonna make it. I could smell the gasoline inside the car, and when I walked up to the car, I could hear the engine going. But it was the SUV. I was like, it's either this or like a Chevy Aveo. I'm gonna get home either way for this 49 pesos. I'm gonna get home. But it looked pretty from afar. I walked up. I said, oh, okay. I see why you're not working Uber Black and you're working Uber regular. It smelled like gasoline the whole time. All right, Janice, are you at home?
I am at home.
What are you doing today?
I am cooking, but I got to run to the store to get the items I'm cooking. I'm just making some quiche to take tomorrow to dinner, and I got to buy a cake.
Ooh.
And that's it. And I had to find my recipe because I didn't, last time I made it, I don't remember these ingredients.
Okay, so what kind of quiche are we making today?
We are making a broccoli. What are we making here? Because you can put what you want to put in it. Broccoli, mushrooms, might do bacon, might do ham. I don't know. Okay. So I'll figure it out when I'm in the store. But they're all going to have broccoli, mushrooms, and onions in them.
And Igami wants to know what kind of cake you're making.
Oh, I'm not making the cake. That will be perfect.
What kind of cake you're buying? What kind of cake you're buying?
Whatever they have at the Kroger.
That's my
I would never go to Nut and Bunt Cakes. I might go
My
there,
girl.
but they might be out, so it might be whatever they got on the little situation at Kroger.
So
Whatever's left.
Yeah.
I was looking for a cake the other day to bring to my girl's house. I hope she's not watching so she don't see this. But I went to this bakery that I know has a gluten-free cake because I don't eat gluten. And I'm not bringing a cake that I can't eat. I'm just not doing that. I go there. I ask what the price of the cake is because I usually get like the small ones, which are expensive. But I was like, the bigger cake has to be like reasonably cheaper. The cake was like $65. So we ain't had no cake that day because I absolutely. On what planet? It's and there's no. It's just like cream and strawberries inside.
Yeah, that's
$65.
No, that's a nope cake.
It's just like this big and round and one layer. 65.
Wow.
I was like, I am leaving and I am not coming back. Thank you very much. 60 for a cake? Does it drive? Like, what are we doing? Will it take me where I need to go so I'd have to pay the $25 to get there? No. JG's going to a Chinese place tomorrow and something about the footballs. Because if JG leaves a comment, it's going to be about the footballs. But Goshan's making a black cake. Sometimes I'd be like, I'm kind of Caribbean, but I'm also kind of not. And like spicy foods, don't say nothing about a Scotch bonnet to me. If you say Scotch bonnet, I'm walking out the room. Spicy foods and like black cake, I'm like, oh no, I'm not that West Indian. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Did you see the series? Did you see the series?
Which series?
Black Cake.
Oh, Black Cake.
Oh, Black Cake from a book.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
On Hulu.
How was it?
It's pretty good.
I can't get Hulu down here, or if I couldn't, and I haven't tried in years. But yeah.
NordVPN, baby.
What do you say?
NordVPN is like just the best. The best.
Are you getting your Hulu down there?
Yeah. Yeah. So now, every now and then, it will be like, I don't think that you're actually in the U.S. and I think that you're doing this wrong. And then I just refresh and like do a new connection. But I have to do that like every couple of days. But yeah, NordVPN is amazing. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need a
spicy spread. I am Jamaican. I am the fakest Jamaican in the world, but the blood is the blood, right? Like the slave ships dropped off my ancestors where they did, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like I don't. No, but Goshan said she hates ackee. Give me some ackee. Like if there's ackee and saltfish on the menu, I'm ordering ackee and saltfish. I'm gonna risk my life for some dumplings too. Like I'm not supposed to eat gluten, but give me that. Like it's just a fried dough ball. Give me that fried dough ball, please and thank you. But yeah, I don't. Most of it I don't do. Spicy foods. I
did want to share something.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about the Uber situation. So my pet state is like you can say hillside. This is mountainside because there's no way I can walk down or up to get into town. And like literally, like I can see the town and the beach and all that stuff, but to get down or up, I'm just not walking up. It's just not happening. So yesterday, I have to make sound decisions. It's like maybe $4 to come from up here to go into town wherever I want to go for Uber. But like yesterday, I wanted to go because they have a Saturday's farmers market every Saturday, which is very for the expats and tourists and everything. But it's a beautiful snowbirds. But it's a wonderful experience. So, anyways, I was trying to get an Uber. Man, I had it took 4 people say that they would come pick me up from up here on the mountainside, and then they would just cancel as soon as they saw where I was. And so it took 4 Uber drivers to finally solidify that they were coming to pick me up. So I go down and I, make sure I have a few things to do so that I'm not just down there for a quick turnaround. And but I was supposed to go here in Puerto Vallarta. They have a game night at this particular restaurant. It's a black-owned restaurant called Brooklyn Cafe. And I talked to him and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to come," but I had already spent my basically $8 to $10 going in earlier that day. So I'm like, "Well, I'm not going back out now because that's another $8 to $10." So today, for Christmas Eve, they're having a Christmas brunch this afternoon that I'm going to go to after our meeting. But you have to be strategic sometimes. It's like, okay, I want to go down and have a good time because I am mountainside and it's a beautiful view and all that. But there's no stores or places to go up here. You have to go down into downtown and to the central area. So yeah, I stayed in last night because I was like, you already spent $10 on the Uber today, and that's a wrap.
And listen, when I go to Puerto Vallarta, I'm like, I will leave maybe once a day, maybe not. Maybe I won't leave at all, but not twice a day. No, but actually, Brooklyn Cafe is where Janice and I met.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like 3 months ago.
Yeah, wasn't? No, we met
October last year. We met October last year.
But okay.
I'm pretty
sure.
3
months or October last year.
I was on the treadmill in my building, and you were like, "I'm going on the treadmill." The day that I met you, I was on the treadmill in my building, and we were planning to go to breakfast when I finished. And you were like, "I'm going to be at the Brooklyn Cafe." I was like, "Harry, let's go to the Brooklyn Cafe."
Well, that was love. That was
yeah, that man. And then I called my other friend that was there, and I was like, "Let's go," because she had just saw the Exodus Summit. I was like, well, she was going to be at the Brooklyn Cafe. Let's go to the Brooklyn Cafe.
We had brunch. So if you're in Puerto Vallarta, go to Brooklyn Cafe. It's Reese. No,
Reese. The other lady. Well, Reese is the owner, and man, when I tell you, because let me just share this quick story. So I had just gotten to Puerto Vallarta on a Thursday, and I went over to the Oxxo, like the 7-Eleven, the corner store, just get some water. And I was coming back, and this lady saw me walking by because my Airbnb was right next door to them, and she says, "Hey," and I was like, she was like clearly like, "Black woman, hey." And so I was like, "Hello," and I went inside for a minute, and I was like, "What are those people going on?" So I had passed it, but I didn't realize that it was the Brooklyn Cafe. And so I go in, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's the place right next door." And there was a lady. I think it's okay. She goes by Sugar. And Sugar was like, just like, "Hey, I saw you, Black woman," and everything, just giving all the love. She's like, "Welcome to our community," just giving so much love. So, anyways, later on, I went back and I was tired, and just getting settled down, but I was hungry and I wasn't trying to like go far. So I was like, I'm going to go next door to the Brooklyn Cafe. So I went next door, and it was Miss Reese and this other gentleman that were just sitting there. The cook had already left because I think they closed at 7. And I said, "Oh," she said, "the cook is gone." I said, "Okay, I'll come back later." And she says, "Oh, no, love, come on. I'm going to cook for you." It was like all the aunties and all the ancestors just like, "Baby, I got you. Come on. Just come on in," and stuff. And I wanted a pork chop. And she was like, "The pork chops are frozen right now, so I can make something else." So she made me, it was just some French fries and wings and a salad or whatever. But we sat down for an hour and just chat. But it was like I was hanging out with auntie. Yeah. It was just so much love, and the way she just talked to me and just made me feel full. Like, you're not alone. You are welcome here anytime. So fast forward to this past, I think it was like, I don't know, Thursday. I was running some errands in town, and I went and I saw, and I was like, "Oh, let me just go say hello." But I walked in, it was like just a bunch of Black women, just a group of them. And I didn't know at the time. I thought, well, they're just meeting up, but it was an actual event. And I didn't realize it, but Miss Reese saw me when I came in, and she gave me a hug, and she was like, "You coming in?" I said, "Well, I just wanted to stop by and say hello." And before I knew it, the leader of the group, whoever and stuff, said, "Okay, we're gonna take a picture right now." So I totally photobombed. I'm like in that picture with all these beautiful Black women, but I'm like, hey, just completely photobombed. But you just feel so welcome and so loved.
3 years from now, someone's gonna look at that photo and be like, "Girl, what was her name? What was her name?
Where was she?" It was a group of women from New York, and so I was like all up in their picture.
They're gonna think you were one of them. I don't really remember remember her. Do you remember her name? I don't know her name. Just
I was
wait and
like,
see. Who else has to go to the store? I saw Janice said you had to go to the store. Auntie Lou said she went. Auntie Lou, I think, is in Guadalajara right now. Maybe I saw that in the comments. Yeah, mommy and the Tias were in there tussling. I ain't tussling with nobody. If I ain't got to go to, I walked in the store the other day, and I was like, it's not too terrible, but it was day before yesterday. It wasn't too terrible, but yesterday was Saturday, middle of the day. Actually, wasn't bad, but I would not go today. I'm not going tomorrow. I don't need nothing.
My trick with
Nothing.
Walmart is to go crazy early in the morning, like when they first open, so you miss all that mess. If
Yes.
if it's after 10 o'clock, forget it. You're not getting out of there anytime soon.
When I was in La Paz with my friends from Canada, we went to the grocery store around like 6:30. We'd been to the same grocery store. We went to the same grocery store every time. We went was this Chedraui Selecto, so it's a big Chedraui with all the stuff, one of the fancy ones. We went at like whenever, we had nothing to do, so we'd go whenever. Then one day we went at 6:30, and my girl was like, "What is happening in here?" And I was like, "It's 6:30." Like it's 6:30 in one of the best grocery stores, and like we just drove 4 or 5 miles to get here. And if we're driving this far to get here, other people are too, right? Like we came to. She was like, "It's so many." I was like, "Yes." Like the good grocery store gonna have all the people, all the people. But yeah, at the wrong time, you picked the wrong time. You got luck. Out of luck. All right, let me see. Okay, Shauna says they shower everyone with love at Brooklyn Cafe. And Auntie Lou says the most you spend on an Uber ride is $10 here for a longer ride or for traffic in Guadalajara, I think.
so $26 is like,
I said, I'll be in the house. I said, let me put the phone down and wait 10 minutes to see what the price is. Because I'm dressed, I'm ready to go, but I will literally wash my face. I will shower and climb in bed. I'm not. And not, you know what I mean? Like that is an amount that makes sense in the US, but these are not Mexico prices. These aren't, I was like, this is not a, but where I was going, the woman lives by a mall, and apparently the mall was mad chaotic. And so that's, I think, why the price was what the price was. I said, oh no. Let's see. Who bought Christmas gifts this year? And what did you get for me? Anyone in the comments, feel free to share. Aileen, you real quiet. Come
The
on.
hubby's in the background cooking, so I keep putting myself on mute. So
So wait, you said your niece is cooking?
no, the hubby is cooking.
Hubby's cooking.
Yep.
What's he cooking for us?
Ham, rabbit. We're doing roasted Brussels sprouts. What else? Sweet potatoes, and some delicata squash.
Okay, now Denise made a face. I'm just gonna ask the question. Aileen, don't unmute yourself yet, babe. Don't mute yourself yet. Did the rabbit come from a store, or did the rabbit come from the woods? It came from a store.
Came from a store. Yes. There's a little hood grocery store, and we haven't seen rabbit in a while. It's like, shoot, let's go get one.
Okay.
Where do you live?
In Minneapolis.
That's no more.
Listen, now here comes JG, real excited, talking about hold up wild meat, cause she love her. JG gonna shoot something and eat it, and I don't.
Rabbit.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I grew up in Houston, but yeah, we would go to the country during the summertime and go stay with one of my aunties, and yeah, my uncle would bring home some roadkill or whatever it was, or wherever he got the rabbit from, and that would be dinner. That's what we ate.
Well, when we lived in Atlanta, it was a little bit more prevalent to find wild meat, but up here it's kind of hit or miss.
Listen, I grew up in California and have eaten rabbit, so cheers to all of that.
I didn't know any better, but you know what? It was good. It was good rabbit. Okay.
Tasty. Tasty. All right. Uh there are a lot of rabbits in Minnesota and North Dakota. They're huge too. I bet.
Yeah, I
I
think
wonder if
last year we had goat, and but there wasn't that much meat on it.
okay, so you don't need to know this, and it's not related at all to what you're saying. But you guys know I lived in Jamaica for a few years, and goat was like a special meat. So it was abundant, but it was expensive. So you only ate it at special events like weddings or funerals. And I went to a lot more funerals than I went to weddings. I think I went to one wedding and probably like 10 funerals. So the last time I went to Jamaica for my grandfather's funeral, and someone poured me a cup of soup in a cup. And I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what they were cooking. Someone handed me a cup of soup. I took a sip and I could just taste death. Like goat just tastes like death to me. I took one sip and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." like I had to put it down and like go outside and gag because a lot of funerals, not a lot of weddings, goat because I only ate it at funerals. It just the taste of goat. I gag immediately.
Yeah,
I
it's mentally, it's a mental
don't even
connection.
know. Like I don't need to prove it. I just taste it and I'm like, absolutely not. Yes, goat cheese. I got a ton of goat cheese in the fridge right now. Goat cheese I will eat. Goat meat, goat soup, goat anything goatish. Also lamb.
There we go.
Makes me a little sick too. Lamb makes me nauseous, but goat will make me like physically gag, like physically react. Oh no! Oh god! No. So
Happening.
I'm not a good Jamaican. I'm not a goat. My child says, "Yeah, I can't eat animals that taste the blood right away." I don't taste the blood. Just some of it like brings back. I think about I taste the memories. I tasted death when I taste goat. But I have a friend who can't eat animal parts that look like animals. I know a bunch of you probably like this too in the comments. Like she can't like eat a chicken wing because it looks like a chicken, but she could eat chicken nuggets. And I'm like, baby, either way, a chicken died. Like I'm not judging you. Like that's something with I don't remember which friend it is. That's something with you that I can't judge, right? But like either way, an animal died. But yeah. Lenora Wilson says, "Let those poor little animals live." I am not here for the animals.
That ain't what we're saying.
No. I love fur, obviously, and I love animal skins. So like almost all the carpets in my place are either like lamb's wool or cowhide. The feeling of it underfoot is just delicious. But I mean, I know someone's about to unsubscribe just because I said that. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh my goodness.
I have a friend that can't. So Alicia says, I have a friend that can't eat a whole chicken. It's the same thing in the parks. Yeah, like I eat a whole chicken. I'll make a whole chicken. Okay, Igambi has a good question. My computer's moving so slow. Probably because I have at least 50 tabs open in this window, which is probably why my computer's moving slowly. Will anyone be dancing during this holiday winter season, like just at home? Probably not, although someone did tell me they have a personal salsa teacher. So I might need to holler at them. But are you guys going to be doing any dancing at home?
Yeah, not probably not. Unless I turn off the TV and just turn on Spotify.
So I will say this: there is I haven't been able to pinpoint the location, but there's someplace that plays some really, really good music. I'm looking as I'm saying this, I'm looking over trying to like see if I can mentally or visually pinpoint. But they play some really like loud music. It's like I don't know if it's a rooftop hotel or whatever it is, but the music's good and I mean I've heard them playing some good R&B from this, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. And I'm like, I need to go there. So whenever I hear it, I break out the binoculars and I'm like, I don't see anybody on the rooftop dancing, but I really feel like it's drawing me to that spot, and I'm gonna find it. I think I've narrowed it down to like maybe three or four restaurants or hotel rooftops right below me somewhere. I just haven't figured it out, but it makes the hips kind of swing a little bit, while I'm by myself. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm feeling it. Um, but for me to really get going with it, yeah, I need to go and locate and be there in the action.
Okay.
So that's the gist of it.
You do need to find them. You need to find them. Uh, Glass Half Full says it's fun to see members on camera. Happy Christmas. Come on, camera. You remember. The link is in the community. Come on. Come on. Come join us. Or don't. Listen, it's y'all day. Do whatever y'all want to do. We chilling. We ain't talking about nothing. Um, who has bought themselves a Christmas gift and what did you buy yourself? Anyone?
I buy Christmas all year round. Every time Amazon comes, I'm like, it's Christmas. It's
Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas. And we only did a grab bag. Just everybody got one person in the family, and that was it.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Keep it
Aileen, did you
simple.
buy
I
yourself
did.
anything?
Oh,
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Yolanda.
I no, I didn't get myself anything, but I will be because I'll be here for a month. I'm not trying to like do everything, but one of the things I do want to do is try to find like I want to do a tour like sometime next week, and I'm like, that's your present to yourself. I mean, yeah. So I want to do like either a food tour or something like that. Like I'm not trying to like go and get on boats and do all that stuff, but I do want to be able to possibly do a food tour next week and just I don't necessarily call it a Christmas gift, but a just treating myself, just taking care of myself and enjoying this experience. Yeah.
Okay. Aileen, did you buy yourself anything?
Nope. I'm like Janice. My Amazon packages are my gifts year round.
So I told y'all that I decided in October that I wasn't going to buy anything this year or for the rest of this year or next year. So I'm not buying anything. No makeup, no toiletries, no clothes, no shoes. None of that. Okay, so I told you that. But the other day I was like, I need more headbands, right? Boom, 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 boom. I need more drama. Drama. And the ones I want are like $500. So we're not buying those, right? So my cousin's husband's brother, who's like, he's like my cousin in love. Like we kick it all the time. Whenever if we're in the same town at the same time, we're at my cousin's house. His brother, me, I'm her closest cousin. We chilling, we hanging out, we doing all the things together, right? That's my boy. And he worked in retail. He worked for Adidas last time we talked, or last time I paid attention to where he was working. But he's like a fashion guy. So I sent him a picture of what I was looking for. I was like, hey, like, I want some more like dramatic headbands, but I'm not trying to pay $500. If you see anything, let me know. He said, okay, well, I'll figure out what they have at my job. He said, I'll figure out what they have at the new job. And I'll let you know when my friends and family discount kicks in. It's not available yet. I said, new job, where do you work? Man said, I'm at Chanel. Sir. Sir. I said I'm not buying anything this year. And you talking about a friends and family discount to Chanel? And y'all know I like the lambskin leather. I was like, why would you? How selfish of you to get a job working at Chanel when I am not buying anything? Inconsiderate. Just complete. He said Chanel, and I was like, months is already here. Like, how darest you tell me this? You gonna look for a head? I don't want a Chanel headband. I want like a $20,000 purse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rude. Rude. I said, oh. Like, I was thinking, like, you were left Adidas. I thought you might go to, like, Macy's, Nike, right? Like, you're talking about you work for Chanel, and I'm not supposed to buy anything? Like, anyhow, I haven't bought anything. His discount kicks in January, though, so we'll see what happens. But let me tell you what I'm not doing. Stephanie keeps getting me on these trips, and every time I buy a ticket, it's like $7,000.
Y'all living that lifestyle.
And then when I see it comes through in the bill, I'm like, why would my credit card bill be this high? What could I possibly have done?
Every time.
Y'all living that
Your
life.
mama and your favorite auntie on a cruise, an expensive cruise, and you got to buy tickets. So our cruise leaves from Bermuda, and the hotels that Stephanie and I have looked at, like the ones were like, oh, this would be a nice place to stay, are all like $800 a night for one room.
Wow.
Oh.
So I was like, I was planning on coming like maybe like a week ahead of time and checking out, because I've never been to Bermuda before, checking it out, whatever. Listen, I was like, I'll come the day before. I'll come the day before the cruise leaves, because I can't. $800 a night, and I'm bringing 2 women, so we can't all share a room. It's 3 of us. So that's at least 2 rooms. Who gonna pay? Who gonna?
Sound like y'all might have to work this year to keep up your lifestyle.
You know how I feel about that.
Y'all might have
You know
to
how I
put
feel
in
about that.
work to keep up the lifestyle. I
I
know
know
what I
it
got
does.
for Christmas. I got
What?
my. I know what I got myself for Christmas. I got my daughter a pod to get her the heck out of here. So she's picking up her pod on Tuesday. She got her apartment. So that's my Christmas.
Merry Christmas, baby. Hello.
Hallelujah.
Get out.
Check. Daughter gone.
Get out.
So yes.
Love you very much, but get out.
We got that pod packed up. She left. When she leaves her, she comes home again, she goes to her apartment. Your pod will be right behind you. She moved to Dallas.
Enjoy.
Mission
Get out.
accomplished.
Get
Exactly.
out.
So
Okay,
that's
go share with it. It's my birthday week. Bought myself a Lux overnight stay at a nice hotel. Nice. Katie, and bought myself a gold
You know
necklace
what?
from Omi Woods. I've never heard of Omi Woods before, so I'm about to go Google Omi Woods. We're gonna see what they're talking about.
I
Are y'all
did.
going to
My Christmas present to myself was well, you know, it's my annual event anyways and stuff. You know, I always have to get me some new dues. Yeah. So I went on there and it took me like 3 hours.
I was looking at the website for Omi Woods, so I couldn't see your mouth moving, but what I heard was new dudes. And I don't feel like you said
new
you
wigs.
got yourself new dudes. New wigs.
Okay. Yeah, I got my new wig. Yeah.
Okay.
My annual
Not new.
investment. Yes. Yeah, that's later.
Girl, you looking right. It's looking real. Grew from the scalp. Grew from the scalp.
My investment.
Yes, no, I thought you said new dudes, and I was like, I mean, new dudes, yes, but is that a Christmas gift?
Could
And if
be.
you bought it, let's talk about the price, because I'm curious. What are they going for these days? The ones that act right. Oh, Omi Wood stuff is nice. I'm looking at the site right now. I'm gonna drop the site for y'all. It's literally omewoods.com. I'm so sorry, whoever wrote that, Katie, and I hope that wasn't a secret because it's pretty. Omi Woods jewelry. But y'all stop talking about stuff that I can buy. Stop talking about stuff that I can buy. Young speaker, the link to join the live is only available to people who are a part of the membership. You can join the membership by clicking the join button. If you're on a non-Apple phone, it is below somewhere. If you are on a iPhone, you got to do it on your computer. China bought herself a bidet, a travel router, and a solar-powered portable charger. And yes, Juliet B says, so selfish. Yes, selfish for telling me you work at Chanel. Selfish. Very selfish. Also selfish because to get anything from Chanel, he gonna have to mail it to my cousin's house. And every time I mail something to my cousin's house, my niece, my baby girl, my goddaughter is like, well, if it came in my godmother's name, it must be for me. And she'd be like, can I open the box and have what's inside? So now what do I do? Because no. So every time I have to be like, no, baby, you can't open that. I love you. But you can't open my boxes. It's been here for months. Yes, because Aunt Cheetah ain't been back. But when she comes back, she gonna open it and smell it, and it's gonna be great. But you can't. So yes, the 6-year-old, if I don't do this right, the 6-year-old gonna be going to school with the Chanel purse. And you know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to bop somebody upside the head. I don't know who. No guarantees on who it is. But somebody's getting bopped. Maybe her daddy. He's tall though. I'd have to jump. I have to stand on a ladder and jump to bop him in the head. Both to get that good bop. She's like, it came from Aunt Tashina, so it's mine, right? You're
Not this time, baby girl. Not this time.
Can I open? No. You can barely reach the counter. Calm down, girl. Shauna said she's gonna buy a new dude. Proud of you, boo. Do what you do. Get it. Okay, Yolanda, do you mind sharing which company you got today's special guest from?
Oh, I want to refer. Love Me Hair. Yeah, I've tried some other. Yeah, it's been working great for me. I get like maybe 2 a year, and my suitcase when I move to Spain is gonna be one suitcase just of wigs. Yeah.
Listen, you do. All right, I'm gonna drop a link. I don't remember who asked that question, but I'm gonna drop the link for the person who asked because they said that they like it. Your hair is pretty. That was Young Speaker. Your hair is
Thank y'all. Thank
pretty.
you very
Where's your
much.
company?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Like clip and
Denise
go, girl.
left us to go to the store. Girl.
Okay.
Girl, because I'm not like I'll wear a wig, but if I got to glue it down, it's not happening. So sorry.
Yeah.
I got to be able to like clip it on and go my business and take it off at the end of the night. If I have to do any glue, if there's any kind of like actual action that has to take place, more than like, boop, boop, if I got to do more than that, it's not.
Okay. Well, it requires some activities, but I don't glue down stuff because I like to snatch these suckers off at the end of the day, and I'll be like, okay, yes.
And throw it in the corner. So, maybe it gets to where it needs to go. Okay, Keela Williams says, "Hey Ma." So who is Keela Williams? You know Keela? Is that your girl? Is that your girl? Is that your baby?
Oh, I don't know that child. Oh, Kayla something. Okay. Yes. Hi, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
Kayla,
that's the one I was talking about. Yes, that's the one that's in Spain.
Okay.
That's my baby.
I've heard so much about you, Kayla. Your mama always be talking about you, girl. Let me tell you what she be talking about. She's talking about you and your husband and your babies and how she can't wait to be there and not be a grandmama.
Yes. To experience Spain, to appreciate the family, to enjoy the time. but also not be full time grandma. 'Cause she knows me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna
Talking
on
mess.
Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm not on Thursday. She was talking about something else. She was gonna talk about some other experiences in Spain, but I'm not gonna say that to your daughter.
She's like, don't be bringing that mess over. I
And she
won't.
knows
That's why I have to have my
what
own
you're gonna
place.
bring that mess over. You're gonna bring that mess over, aren't you? Aren't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but you know what? What this is again, and if it's okay, just to share a little slight detail is the fact that I was so emotionally distraught when she moved to Spain in 2016, and I was just like, can't believe she's gone, and not knowing years later that her actions would actually bring about changes and decisions for me that I'm like, you know what? Just me going to visit her like a few times in Spain and realizing that I really enjoyed Spain. Um, and just love it, and that I actually have this opportunity to make changes in my life. But yeah, my daughters, Kayla, and my other two daughters, yeah, they're definite inspirations, and I'm so thankful. So as much as it hurt me when she moved away back in 2016, it was a what do they call it, the catapult or whatever it is that she jump started everything else, and I'm
Okay.
excited.
But okay, so I love that story and I think it's really important. But one of the parts that I really want to like nail home is doing its job, girl. Anyhow, one of the points I really want to nail home is that at any point, any one of us can be the thing that kicks it off for the rest of our family. Like I moved abroad and my
Hmm.
mom was like, it's nice here. Like this ain't Florida. She looked around like this. And now she lives in Mexico too, right? So like even
Hmm.
if you're moving abroad and your family isn't 100% on board, because it doesn't sound like you're 100% on board with Kayla, even if you did pretend to be, um, that if you are the first person to do that in your family, you don't know how you're changing your family dynamics. Like we always think about like, oh, the family's going, I'm gonna miss my family, they're gonna miss us. But girl, my mom is closer to me now than she was before because she was like,
Yeah.
ain't nobody out here with these guns. These people ain't running up on you asking what you doing here. No, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely, right? So the minute you make the move, this is for all of you out there, the minute you make the move, you don't know who you're inspiring in your family and how you are creating a pathway for them. So even if they don't see like the joy and the purpose, even if they're not 100% on board, they'll get there. They'll get there.
Yeah. And it's so funny because of the fact that like when my daughters like when I told some of the stories that I went to college late in life, and so my graduation present, Mother's Day graduation, whatever present, was that my daughters took me to Costa Rica, and I'm afraid of flying. Well, I was very much afraid of flying. Like, my foot would be in the back of the seat in front of me. My foot would be in the back of there, just like stressed, like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god, like any turbulence, yeah. And my oldest daughter makes fun of me now because she's like, you were afraid of flying and now you just be going everywhere. So
Just in the
who
streets.
knew? Yeah,
Just
yeah. So
in the streets. It can happen to
figuring
all
it
of us
out. Do I know
at any
everything?
time.
No. Yeah.
Hmm.
And let me just say this.
Okay,
I
God.
I want to stress. I don't have a big resources like my financial. I don't have like some big savings. And so I'm making this work because well, I was blessed to start working remote like back in 2018. But it's not like I have like some big pot of gold someplace. I am really working this and piecing this together and just making the best sound decisions that I can. And part of it is, yes, I do work remote. And I well, now I do contract work remote, but also for me, pet sitting work. So, anyways, I just wanted to put that out there for people that might be like, well, I don't have a whole lot of money saved, but neither do I. I don't.
We already said your living budget is $500 a month, and you don't even touch that most months.
Yeah, yeah.
How much is your food budget most months? Do you know?
more than it should be. So
I
I'm
don't
a
talk about.
foodie.
I don't be
Yeah,
eating.
I do like to go out and eat, but my food budget is less than you might consider because with my pet sit, I've only been on one pet sit where like somebody said, please replenish any food that you use. For the most part, any pet sit that I go on, they're like, use up the food, please. So yeah, if I say as far as in-house groceries that I might spend $100 a month. Now that does not include me going out because I do tend to go out, but maybe $100 a month overall for groceries. And but yeah, I do like to hit up um, and go and try different restaurants. So that's a personal decision. But for me right now, I would say maybe $100 a month for groceries in house.
Okay. Um, that's nice. That's nice. Good for you. Abba just joined us. Abba, you see the link? Come join us. Get on camera. Quit BSing. I see you, sis.
Come on, girl.
Talking about she had work to do on Christmas Eve. How dare she? Abba will tell me anything. Like, I don't know, she lying in my face. Like, she'll just say anything to me. It's fine. It's fine. Hi, Vera. How's your new life in Panama? We haven't talked since. Y'all. Vera, VAM experiences here in the chat is my biggest success story as a move abroad coach because, baby, the way she fought it, the way she was like, I want it, but at any possible opportunity, I'm going to sabotage myself. Vera said, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm putting all her business in the streets. I don't do this to everybody, but I'm going to do it with Vera. The last possible week to go. You better hop up in the comments if you don't want me to keep going, Vera. The last possible week to go, Vera, it was like a Sunday, and Vera's and her husband and her son's flight was on a Wednesday. And she was like, what if I stay? If you don't get the F out my face with this what if I stay, I was like, girl. If you stay, your husband's still gonna go. Your kid is still gonna go. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What if I just worked a little longer? Mama was so scared of like the joy and the peace and the ease. Mama said, oh no, but what if I stayed and worked? I was like, you can stay and work, but I know for damn sure your husband gonna be in Panama chilling. And what'd she say? She said she had the same conversation with him. And he said, you can stay if you want to, but I'm gonna go. Because what? She had her husband was not on board for a long time. She finally got him on board. And once the trick with her husband, and probably with a lot of your partners, is she took him to a place. He's Jamaican. My mom is Jamaican. So you take them to a place that feels a little bit like home, and they're like, pack the suitcase. Put everything in the bags. We going. My mom came to Mexico City and she was like, I like it, but it's not for me. She went to Merida and she was like, I live here now. He went to Panama and was like, girl, why we ain't here already? So when she started BS, yes, Vera, I'm telling I talk about all her business in our group coaching program from Burnout to Bliss, which you can get at RashidaDow.com or from burnouttobliss.co. But I'm going to say it now on the internet. My girl was bullshitting that last week. Like it was Sunday and she was supposed to leave. Oh, it was Saturday and she was supposed to leave on Wednesday. And was like, but I got a really great job offer. You know what's better than a really great job offer? Not working from the beaches of Panama. Like, what are you talking? My biggest success story, because sis tried to sabotage herself every chance she got. And a lot of you will sabotage yourself without realizing what you're doing. Love y'all. Mean it. But you will sabotage yourself without realizing what you're doing. She was like, but it's so much more pay in America, in Atlanta. when you could be in Panama. Even before she told me, I was like, you can stay, but your husband, I know your husband's going to go. So like, what? She was like, yes, he said he's going to leave no matter what. I was like, exactly. If you want to stay and work while your son and your husband are in Panama, okay. Sisters, I'm speaking to you. There's quite a few, I don't know how large the percentage is, but there are a number of you working when you don't have to work because you feel like you're supposed to work. You feel like if you're not working, you're not doing anything. I'm going to be on this channel one day and we're going to talk about this. But the idea of not working is so foreign that it feels like you're doing something wrong when a life of not working is presented to you. I'm going to tell you, it's a secret between us. Once Vera's husband was like, oh, yes, we moving? I was like, okay, well then why are you worried about money? If this man is like, why haven't we moved yet? What are we doing? And the money's his problem. Once you were the engine, you were the catalyst for trying to make it happen. Once you got that man on board and he was like, oh, this is the life we could be living. Why aren't we there yet? He's the catalyst. And if that man is the engine, let that man worry about the plans and let that man worry about the money. We all don't have men. We all don't need men. We all don't want men. But if you have one, and y'all are on the same page, let that man lead. If you've already told him where you want to go, right? Like, okay, don't take relationship advice from me because that'd be a terrible idea. Number one. Because I'm going to tell you to leave him every time. But if you're listening, if you've told that man where you want to go and he wants to get there as well, on the same schedule, at the same pace, let that man lead. She was like, but money. Money's his problem. That man said, you slowing me down. Why aren't we there already? Let that man worry about money. You ain't got to worry about money. That is the message to all of you. What's the point of being in this relationship with this man? Listen. I know some of y'all are probably unsubscribing right now because I just said let that man lead. But I mean,
like, what's happening? What's going on?
You told him where you want to go. He said, I would like to get there even faster. Vera tried to get her man on board for like 2 years. 2 years. He finally got on board. And once he got on board, I think it was like 6 months. 6 months. She was working on the plan for like 2 years. Once he got on board, it was 6 months. Maybe 7. Let him be the engine. Let that man lead. You'll probably never hear me say it again. Because half these men going to lead you to a place you don't want to go. But if he's leading you, if you said, I would like to go northeast 38 degrees, and he said, you know what, baby? Let's go northeast 38 degrees. Step back. Let him do the work. Let him do the work. We're tripping. Vera says she's learning. Girl. Yes. Igami said it right. He's not even leading. He's doing the work to support her vision. Yes. All it took was, and for a lot of you, this is going to be true. If your partner is not on board, you haven't found the right place yet. Once you find the right place, Angela Barksdale talks about this. There were criteria her husband had. She just had to find the place with that met the criteria, that was in his heart, that was on his soul. And when she met the criteria, he was like, oh, this is lovely. Let's come here. Listen, if you're gonna have a man, you might as well have that man working on the vision. You just gotta get him aligned with the vision. Get him aligned with the vision. But I will also tell you, if you don't have a man, it's easier. It's easier to do what you want when nobody's poo-pooing on your plans. Find a man when you get to where you want to go. Listen, I should stop drinking because I'm about to say some stuff I shouldn't say.
It's your show, dear. We're just enjoying it. It's your show, dear. We're just enjoying it.
Listen, I'm gonna say something I should not say, but if he don't want to go, some people in the comments right now are going without him. I support that fully. Because as women, we're told our whole lives we need to sacrifice for men. Like, we're not told we need to sacrifice for men, but we're told in other words, like supporting him. And child, I was watching Ready to Love. They're not ready to love. Nobody on that show is ready to love. But anyhow, I was watching Ready to Love. And this guy, they had to like have the, I don't know if you've never watched a show. It's like a dating show on OWN. Men and women get together and then they like, it's like 15 people dating each other. Everyone, like a man gets kicked off one week and a woman gets kicked off the next week until it dwindles down. At one point, the women were invited by the men to meet the men's ex-girlfriends. And one of the men's ex-girlfriends said that, like, are you ready to like be of service to him? And the girl was like, give me a little more details. And she was like I like to be his girlfriend, I needed to support him fully and to be there for him fully and do everything he needed. Like, I needed to be there for him. And she was like, well, was that the new, see, Aileen, I see that face. The new girl was like, well, was that reciprocated? Did he support you? And she was like, no, not at all. He didn't have space to reciprocate. He didn't have space to support me. My job was to be of service to him. In the year of our Lord 2023, a woman came on TV and said her whole job was to be of service to that man, and that man was never of service to her. Because he didn't have space to be of service to her. Her job in the relationship was to be of service to him.
And that was a girlfriend, right? No papers, no nothing. No.
Now she in the ex seat while she's talking to his new potential girlfriend. Being of service to a man who never has the space to be of service to you, and there was no expectation that he would ever be of service to you, but you need it at all times. She's like, you need to go to events, you need to be taking care of home, you need to be doing all these things, you need to be prepared, you need to be entertaining people, you need to be doing all these things. As his girlfriend, that's your job. And homegirl was like, but what about no. Your entire job is to be of service to him. He's never going to be of service to you.
That's your mission. If that's your dream, okay.
It was not homegirl's dream. She was like, "Oh, that's lovely. Okay, bye."
Thank you.
For as long as any of us have been alive, that's been the message. Like, it's time to be of service to these men, to like move to places to forward their careers, to stay home, to take care of the kids, because they look more responsible when they have, a family. So they need a family because they look like responsible family men, regardless of what they're doing in the streets. But the idea that like your ideas, your idea of moving abroad, your idea of building a new life for yourself, your idea of anything is something that he should be of service to. It's so foreign. It's so foreign, which is why I tell women, like, if you're not getting on board, think about getting out. Right? Like, I'm not at any point like advocating for broken homes. I'm advocating for women not putting themselves second continuously in a relationship. Like at any point, someone's going to come second, right? Like even if it's like a small, like just underneath second, like I really wouldn't do this now, but okay. Someone is going to have an idea and they're going to lead, and that idea is going to get selected for the relationship and it's going to move forward. But most times it's the man's, right? And as a society, we've told women that they need to like grin and bear it. Baby, do your thing. Hit the streets. Hit the streets. Valerie says that's not a girlfriend, that's an employee. The woman said that like, yep, that was my job. Imagine doing all that, being of service to a man, and then you're not together anymore. You would need to cut me a check, like Mariah Carey style. I need to be paid for the time you wasted. For the time you wait, I need to be paid for my time. My job was to be of service to you, and you were never of service to me because you ain't have the time, and there was never an expectation that you would. Hell, straight to hell, or jail. I don't care. One of those. High Vibe says, "Ready to Love" is a sad display of what people think love should be. I hadn't watched it in a few seasons, and I watched, I think, season 8 the other day, and I was like, I don't see any love. I see some lust. I don't see any love. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But being of service to a man consistently, a man I'm not married to? Listen. Pay me for my time. Brittany says, big on sending an after relationship invoice. These are the things I did. But like if we worked on equality in our relationships, we would not need to send an after relationship invoice. But working for equality in the society we live in is so challenging because men literally think they're the prize. I ain't gonna say no names, but men consistently think they're the prize, and it's exhausting. I am gonna say a name. How you ever get married to Simone Biles and talk about you the prize? How? Simone, they try to penalize me because I'm too good, Biles. And you the prize. The delusion, the patriarchal delusion that exists for you to ever say you are the prize. When you are married to a woman who could probably flip over your head, astonishing. I don't want to spend no time here. The delusion. But he don't know who she was. Baby, she's Simone the Biles. She got stuff named after her. They always like, no, baby, you can't do that because them other girls can't do it. So you in the competition, them other girls can't measure up. So you can't do this. I'm so sorry. Them other girls might die doing the things you do, so you can't do them. But it seems like she's okay with the status quo of her relationship. So good for her. Simone, when you're ready to leave that man, holler at me. I'm gonna tell you where to go. The other day, Stephanie asked me if I had like any new business ideas for 2023. And perhaps it's helping y'all leave y'all husbands. Perhaps. Perhaps it's helping y'all drop 200 pounds or so. Perhaps. I don't know. If y'all interested, let me know. Because there's one thing I know how to do. I'm not great. I'm not great at it. I'm not great at realizing I need to leave. Once I realize I need to leave, baby, gone. I am gone. I don't know his name. I never heard. I will literally be like, "Who is that? Who? Who?" I don't know him. Yes, it's a form of exodus. Nisha says weight loss guru. Yes, weight loss guru. Lose that 200 pounds in a snack overnight. Holler at me.
Like putting yourself first for the first time probably in a long time.
Simone was smiling in that man's face while he said he was the prize. He was the prize. Yes, no, and that's okay. So JG says this is resurfaced information because he did an interview a few years ago when they typed not before we said the same thing. And she has said the same thing. So I think she believes he was the prize. So I'm not saying that. Pause for a second. When we are in things, it's often hard for us to see things objectively. It's hard to see things objectively when you are in a relationship. But even though Simone can smile on that man's face while he says he's surprised, everybody else in the free world who's ever seen her get on stage and has ever seen him get on stage to do whatever it is he does. I think it's carry water, but I'm not sure. Everybody knows that's not true. Like she might have convinced herself of that, but it's not going to be long before you see her tapping out. She's what, in her 20s? They're not. Nothing about that relationship says they're going to be together in their 40s. This man got on TV and was talking about how you approached him. You did this. You did that. You drove 45 minutes to see him. Instead of being like, my wife is the baddest bitch. Y'all wish you could be her. Listen, I'm never one to say good things about men. But if you ask Alex Ohanian about his wife, Serena, what he gonna say? Y'all can't see her anywhere. Anywhere. Y'all can't see her. And he might not be right all the time about that. I don't know. But he gonna say it. So to come in talking about heat of pride. I mean, she drove 45 minutes to come see me. Adelia said, decenter men. Decenter men. I'm not saying you need to divest, but we need to decenter men. Because when you center men in your life, they think they're the center and they will have no problem getting on TV and embarrassing you. Why are you on this podcast interview talking about I pursued you and you're the prize in the relationship? Nobody knows your name, dog. You are literally Simone Biles' husband. To me, you are that man. I got like 17 that mans, but you are one of those that man. It's that man. That man Simone is married to. Got on TV embarrassing her. For why? For what? For what? You never needed that. Never needed that. Aileen, your thoughts?
As a vet of 20 years married, yeah, no.
No. But okay, we get in these relationships and we don't see objectively. And I get it. It's really hard to see what's going on when you're inside of it. And she's had a hard life. We know she has had a very hard life. Her growing up, that doctor man, all the stuff that's happened to her, she's had a very hard life. And he might feel like a safe space. But that man's going out in public not acting like a safe space. Right?
No.
The man is not acting like a safe space.
And the fact that she's done so much to hold him up, but he can't do it in return. Yeah, no. The honeymoon phase will end real quick.
I wish her the best. I hope that at some point, I hope that the space between her realizing this is not a great fit, because I think honestly it's not a great fit for whatever reason. Her realizing it's not a great fit and her leaving are not, it's not a large space. I hope it's a very small space of time, a small window of time between the two. Wishing her the best. Because you get on TV talking about, I wouldn't have even, he literally said, I wouldn't have even messaged her. Why? We're married. We're married. Why would you need to say that when we met on this dating app, you wouldn't have even messaged me if I hadn't messaged first?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm just catching up on these little details here, so I'm just like, what? I mean, I know that I heard what he said, but I didn't hear like the full clip of all the of everything that he said. I'm like, oh man, I said it on my wrong thing, but it's like, dude, you married Simone Biles. Shut up and look pretty. Just shut up, okay?
It's right. It's right there. It's accessible. Listen. Stedman been doing this for what, 40 years, 30 years? We don't even see him unless Oprah says you can come out in public. Unless Oprah says, you know what? I feel like a little arm candy today. We don't even see that man. We never see him have you ever seen Stedman by himself talking?
Nope.
And he used to have a job, and now his job is to be Oprah's boo when he wants her to be his boo. And I don't know.
That's one of the most locked down relationships in history.
And I have
So she
no
brought
reason.
him out.
What?
I was gonna say something because I remember like in the '80s, Oprah let him out a little bit. It was kind of showcasing him a little bit. But then, she learned, and it's like, and she actually said she was like one of the biggest mistakes was actually, now she didn't use the verbiage allowing, but uh, um, one of the biggest mistakes was actually putting her relationship out there for the media, for him to be interviewed. And yeah, once you learn that lesson, yeah, it's on lockdown. It is on lockdown, and hopefully, um, Simone Biles' husband will learn. Now, we know how most likely it's going to go, but hopefully he will learn to shut the hell up. Um, but we shall see.
Her reaction to this tells me she is either lost in the sauce or a bit of a chicken head. I don't know which one. I wish her the best. Baby girl is young. She's been through a lot of trauma in her life. I truly wish her nothing but joy. But
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
imagine getting on TV talking about you didn't know who your wife. He doesn't watch gymnastics, is what he said, although he was talking about Gabby Douglas a bunch in 2012. You don't watch gymnastics, so you don't know who she is. Do you watch swimming? Do you know who Michael Phelps is? Like, do you?
You know what? I can actually, for all, you know what? Let me just play a little bit of devil's advocate. I can understand that maybe you didn't know who she was. I get that. That's fine. If you really, truly, sincerely didn't know who she was, that's fine. Just shut your mouth. Still, to say that you would not have actually swiped right had she, if it was up to you, that's so beyond disrespectful.
Apparently, he swiped first, but if she hadn't messaged him, he wasn't gonna message her.
Mm, okay,
I
well,
just when silence is right there, right? When a different choice of words is right there. Why would you
yeah.
do that? Why would you do that? Hey Ava girl, how you doing? Hi.
Hey, I'm good. How's everybody?
Excellent. Excellent.
All is well. All is
Excellent.
well.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Um, listen, real quick. Stephanie got this comment about Oprah. So I saw an interview said when we talked about Oprah, he said she's amazing and it's incredible to see her do her thing. There are so many men who are out there being like, my baby is the best. My baby is phenomenal. The fact that I get to wake up next to her every day is a blessing. The fact that she chose to say yes. She chose to say yes at the altar. I that changed my life. This man talking about he said I'm the prize. He said I am the
People on that
jail.
podcast were so happy with
Deluded.
him. They were like, "Oh my
Deluded.
goodness."
Straight
He's
jail.
delusional. He's
When the
delusional.
podcast host's face when he said he didn't know who she was before they met was like, the man called you a liar with his eyes. He called you a liar because we all know you lying.
He under a rock.
And proud as an athlete, I would be embarrassed to say I don't know like Olympians. I don't know other athletes. As a Black athlete, I feel like you should be embarrassed to say you don't know other Black athletes, American athletes who are top
For
of their
sure.
game in the world. So you don't even know like your craft. Is that what you're saying?
And believe me,
With a
he
straight
watches
face. That's what he's
ESPN
saying.
and they talk a bunch about her. So yeah, no.
And like I also feel like I didn't know who she was. Could have the only way, the best way to follow that up is because sports, radio, and television are biased towards men and don't showcase women enough. Not, I don't even know who she was, period. Like, that's not, there. You know what I mean? Like, you can say that and use it to make a point, but saying that to make a point of she wasn't even like that relevant to me.
Get rid of
This is
him.
not why we're here, but it
Dump
irritates
him.
me. Leave them. Listen, if your husband walking around talking about
Dump
I'm the
him.
prize, leave him today. Let this have a new plan for 2024. It don't involve him. If your man is saying I am the prize,
And you should be lucky to have him. Mm-mm.
Brush him
Mm-mm.
off your heels.
if
Brush
you would
him
like
off your
help
heels and keep going.
leaving your man, holler at me. It's my new side hustle. Like I know a lot of and that podcast in particular. All the clips I see from it are hot garbage. So I think they like promote hot garbage. But even the hosts were like, "You lying? You don't know? You didn't know who she was? Sure." I wish her the best. I hope when she recovers from whatever blinders are over her eyes for whatever reason, she finds joy elsewhere. Because this ain't it.
Yeah.
It's not in the like all of us who are older than her know this is not it in the long run. In the long run. And keeping a man who is not keeping a man who can't worship, who does not feel the desire when on camera, when on the microphone, to tell the whole world that you're the baddest bitch, long term, that ain't it.
That's not going to work.
None of y'all can see my wife. None of y'all. Like, if that's not it, if that's not what you're saying,
Right.
get off the mic.
Even if
your
he don't
husband-
really feel like that. He needs to say it, even if he don't really
We
feel
on
like
camera,
that.
dog. And she
Yeah,
there
in
she goes
public,
again,
she is
smiling.
number one. You support her no matter what.
No matter
Yeah, you
what.
support each other no matter what. And so, whatever is going on in the background, hopefully, everything is chill and he's not that much of a prick as he came off on camera. But okay, in public, if she said they're still standing by you, like, yeah, it's like you need to be doing the same. As much as she's down for you, you need to be down for her. If
That's
nowhere
right.
else in public, you better be, because he really came off douchey.
If your wife
No.
works a new job every week because she gets fired every Tuesday and she steals from the Walmart and she runs up in church shooting up stuff. I still need you to be like, that's the baddest bitch, right? Like, that's what I need from you. That's the energy. But no, you have a gold medalist who says, you're the one. I'm proud of you. I want to be with you. She's always at his games kissing him. I don't know if he's on the field. But she's always on the sideline. And here we go. Anyway.
Brush him off your heels. Just brush him off.
I want more. And I feel like most of us have been in a place like that before, when we've been in a relationship that did not. We're not that we weren't the center, but our partners didn't center us.
Yes.
Right? Like, I feel like your partner relationship, you need to be first for yourself always. But in a relationship, your partner should also center you.
Right.
And in the sense that, like, we've all been in relationships where our partners did not center us. I think it's easy to see the trajectory of this relationship, right? When we're out of it. And I don't fault her for not seeing it when she's in it, because she's young.
Right.
And she's in it, right? But for all of you who don't feel like you're being centered by your partner, all of you that need to be of service to your man while he's never of service to you, you don't need that. You don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. Aileen's man is cooking dinner right now. He's cooking the wrap. And
that's what I'm talking about.
She's sitting on the couch.
I'll jump in closer to the end.
It's done. Come on, tell us. Jump in. Come on, Aileen.
We actually like his cooking better. So.
But
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm going to assume that you like it better because he doesn't just cook once a year. He cooks often.
Yeah, cooks often, to the point that, you know, he'll complain that he likes my cooking and he could take a break. So it's like, okay. So.
Right, like, but that is you both being of service to the relationship. That is not, right. I need to be of service to him all the time, and he's never of service to me because there's no space in his life for that.
I love that.
Jail, straight to jail, all of them. Send them. All right, take her out real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. What else is going on? I am about halfway done with my bottle.
I love it.
Here now. So I can only drink so much more before it's time for me. That was the bottle.
I love that. I love that cork.
So this is one of my favorite things. This one is from Williams Sonoma. You just pop it on, and it has little hooks on the side that hook onto the down here. So you pop it on, and it's recorked until the next time you need to drink. And if I put this in there probably for like 3 or 4 days and I open it again, it's still going to give me the whoosh of bubbles. Because no air is out like this.
Love it.
Nice.
Because I have a manual one, and they don't work right.
Okay. It's my magic.
Nice.
All right. What do we have planned for this year? Anybody? All of you? H&D. Hi. Who's the prize in your relationship?
She is.
He gets to be 2, right? But like, I could never imagine him saying publicly.
Right.
She pursued me. I'm the prize. Hell.
I'm going to attempt a whole month of no spend for January and possibly go into February, but yeah, that the sales that come on after Christmas are going to be the big test.
So are you going to, I mean, there's a space between after Christmas and January. So are you going to buy things between in that space, the Christmas and January space?
I'm going to try not to. Yeah, I'll put a big T on try. So I'll try not to. That way I'm going into the new year already not, in the frame of mind to spend.
Okay. All right. What are your, because we all have different rules. So what are your rules for no spend? What can you actually buy?
Only necessities like toiletries. If my printer decides to run out of ink, I might buy, that. But as far as like the Amazon shipments that were coming like on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, those are gonna cut down.
Okay.
Try
All
not
right.
to eat out. Stick to my meal prep ideas to kind of cut down on ordering food. As like I work from home 3 days out of the week, and those are my bad days.
That makes sense.
DoorDash is really convenient.
It's the fees and the charges for me with Uber Eats and DoorDash, at least in the United States. It's
I'm gonna
so
say,
bad.
I don't think I've ordered Uber Eats all year. I think. Let me see when the last time I
Really?
ordered Uber Eats. Yeah. At least not in Mexico, definitely. But part of that is, Abba, you go downstairs, there's food. Anywhere you live in
Right,
Mexico, go
right.
downstairs.
Either way you go, it's food right there.
Right. So I don't think I have, but let me see what they're talking about. Let me see the last time I ordered. All right. Pricey's Pret says, I'd be good if I didn't feel the need to eat every day. Yes, girl. Yes. It's that eating. It's actually eating that makes it terrible. Okay, wait. Who was here?
Yeah.
I ordered June 22nd. Go ahead.
At least here in the US, the fees are so ridiculous that it's just I'm almost paying twice just because of the fees and the outrageous cost for the mediocrity that's available. So, and it's hard
It's like
when you like your own cooking. It's like, why did I order this?
I ordered from Uber Eats, and it's the only service I use for food delivery here twice in 2023. It was the same place. It's not that far from me, so I could walk. But it's probably, I think both times someone was here. I had a guest over. And the last time before that, the 2 times before that I ordered were August and July. And I was in Escazú for both of those. So I was in Costa Rica before that. Yeah.
So when I was in, here, because I got sick like 3 days after I got here, and so I downloaded Rapid because I needed medication. So the homeowner here she had some Motrin that was expired from 2021. Now, if I was at home, I may not have cared so much, but I was like, I'm not taking no expired medication from somebody else's medicine cabinet. So and then she had amoxicillin, but again, I was like, I don't know if this is because here, I guess I didn't know that you can just get amoxicillin over the counter. So with all that, I ended up getting Rappy because I was too sick to even get in the Uber and go down into town. So I was like, I can't do it. I had a fever; it was horrible. So, anyways, I went on Rappy and got me some ibuprofen to lower my fever and all that. But um, I couldn't put my credit card in to Rappi. So thank goodness I happen to have cash on me. And the homeowner had left some cash to pay the electric bill and stuff. And she was like, if you need to use any, just let me know, and which I did. So with all that said, has anybody, Abba or Rashida, have y'all had any problems linking your credit card in the Rappi app? I'm just
I
curious.
don't remember I didn't have a problem with Rappi, but here's the thing. In Mexico, there are a few companies that won't accept foreign credit cards, but they will accept foreign debit cards most of the time. So whenever I can't put my credit
Okay.
card in, I try to use my debit card. Now, a lot of
Okay.
times I
See,
forget,
I'm scared
I
of doing that.
try like 7 different credit cards. It doesn't work. And then I'm like, wait, what if I use a debit card? I use a debit card and it's like, boom, bam, done. So that's,
Okay.
there we go. That or PayPal. But a
Okay.
lot
And
of,
I saw the PayPal option, but yeah, I mean, I just happen to have cash, and so I was like, hey, we got cash, and yeah, it worked out great. Um, but I was so frustrated because I was like, I have a fever, I have chills, just give me some ibuprofen,
Mm,
please.
yeah.
yes.
And I don't think I've used Rappi. I think I've used Didi and
Mhm.
Uber Eats while I was there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So I've been good about but like I spend a lot on groceries, a lot. Like I don't have a food budget. Whatever I eat, I eat.
I don't have a food budget.
It don't matter what it costs. If I want to eat it, I eat it.
Yeah.
I
When I
think
look
it's
at the
probably
bill, when I look at my credit cards at the end of the month, I'm sorry.
I think food is the only part of my life where I'm like food and like flights. The rest of travel I kind of pay more attention to, but flights themselves. Listen, the other day, Stephanie, we're talking about something because we're buying our flight. We're trying to figure out, I think, our flights to South Africa for the meetup in February. And she said something that has stuck with me since then, and it costs what it costs. It costs what it costs. Like I can spend all day, I can spend 6 hours trying to get a cheaper flight at this or that or this, or I could just, it costs what it costs. It costs what it costs.
Look, I have found myself in a Groundhog Day situation financially.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to be really, really good until South Africa. I've got to get myself together before South Africa. And in terms of no spend, January, I have out of town company coming. And so it's going to be really hard. It's going to be hard. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Um,
I got in Adelia's budget workshop last week. And so, wait a minute, this week. Yeah, it was this past Tuesday, I
This,
think.
yeah, this
And
past
so,
Monday or Tuesday.
right. So I got in that,
I know.
and I have to get myself together because this Groundhog Day situation.
How can you manage this with your guests? What can your guests do to support you better? And are you willing to ask them to do the things?
See, I don't know if I'm willing to ask them to do the things, but I have to get myself together because the idea that, if people come to see me, if I go to see them, I want to pay for everything. It's like I can't do that. Now, luckily, people don't let me do it all the time. They don't let me pay for everything. You know, but a lot of times I just automatically hear, we're doing this, we're doing that. And I have to, yeah, I need
Now,
a correction
you said
behaviorally.
you don't feel like you can ask them to do the things. Did they
Right.
ask to stay in your home?
Hmm.
No, they did not.
Oh, that doesn't even make that makes it worse. They just said, I'm gonna be there on these days.
No, I just said, you're coming to town. That means you're coming to my house. That's what I do. You coming. That's right. I got an extra bedroom. Let's
Oh
do it.
no, I've got extra bedrooms, but I'm like, so what are your sleeping arrangements?
Okay. So I feel like as guests, and we're not always going to feel the same way. We're not always going to agree on this, but as guests, if you are coming to stay in someone's house and you are not paying rent, you need to be paying for everything. We eating, I'm paying. Right? I will leave your credit cards at home. Leave a debit card at home. Leave the cash at home. If you are staying in my home, why for the free? Why am I? And you're treating them. You're taking them out to stuff. Your budget should not be higher because people are staying with you. It should be lower. Okay, so I know Abba and I we always We're always fighting about something. Y'all.
Right.
This is regular
Why?
Thursday night conversation here.
We're fighting about something right now. She's not even sure what we're fighting about, but we're fighting about something right now. She don't even know. I'm gonna tell her one day. But it feels like you have a choice between respecting your budget and being the host you want to be. And it
I
doesn't
love
sound
being
like
the
you're going to be able to
host.
do both of those.
I know.
But at what cost? You said you love being the host, but at what
I
cost?
know.
Right? Like, if I'm staying in your house, the house I stay in most often is my best friend's house, right? I'll stay there for like weeks in the basement. And when we go out, I don't pay for everything, but there's one of me and four of them, right? So I'll pay for like half of the stuff, maybe, which makes up for like I'm still paying a lot compared to what I'd be paying by myself. But I'm not paying for everything. So like because I want to contribute, it's important to me that I contribute, but I ain't pay for it. Yeah. Them kids be eating. No, we'll go to soccer and they play for hours and then we go get food. And they all need their own little boba, and then they need food, and then they need this, and then we go to y'all eat like you grown people, right? So I'll pay for it, I guess, like half the time. So I'm contributing, but I'm not paying for everything. But there's got to be some balance because I'm not walking in your house and staying there and not paying for food.
My niece and her two sons come to visit from Texas, and it's really, really sad. It's sad. And I know I have to, it's me. It ain't even them. It's me. I have to deal with it. But it's like, I'm auntie. I'm auntie. I need some boundaries.
What if next time, if you know that's not a boundary you can set, what if next time you didn't open your home when they said they're coming to town? What if next time you said, I can't wait to see you. Let me know what we can do when we can hang out. Like, okay, so but that's a question. Like when I go to my best friend, I'm not coming to see Victoria Island or Vancouver Island. I don't want to be there. I want to be with them, right? So that's the difference. Like, are they coming because they want to see you and spend time with you? Or are they coming because they want to experience this place? If you're coming to experience the place, you don't get to stay with me. If you're coming because you want to see me, you can stay with me, right? So there's some work there. And I'm going to tell you the word no. Y'all, you can ask Abba for anything. I'm going to tell y'all right now, she's going to say yes because she can't say no. Abba can't say no. Abba don't be saying no.
I'm learning how to say no. I'm learning how to say no.
I'm going to tell Adrian. Adrian, your mama don't say no. She got to say no to these people. She got to say no, Adrian. She got to say no. No, think about how often you open your place to people, right? And whether that makes sense to you if it is a burden. Like things, you can really want things and they also be a burden, right?
Right.
You're not going to mess up my butt. I'm not going to be eating less because you here. I'm so sorry because you on vacation.
Okay, so my friend who's coming in January, that's a whole nother situation. This is a person who we raised our children together, who I love deeply, and I'm almost terrified that she's coming.
And why is that? Or is this a Thursday conversation, not a Tuesday conversation?
I think it's a Thursday conversation. It's a Thursday conversation. It is.
On
it's
Thursday,
a Thursday conversation.
On Thursday, YouTube membership gets together on Zoom, so we can talk about this on Thursday.
Right. Yes, it's a Thursday conversation.
It's a Thursday conversation. But listen, send them to me and I'm gonna tell them no for you. Or message me and I'll tell you how to tell them no. Because there was one thing I got is the boundary. No, you can't. You can't stay here.
Before I learned how to say it, I would send them to my sister because she was known as Auntie No. It's like the kids would always like, "Can I?" I say, "Go ask your Aunt Susan," and they're like, "But she always says no." I said, "Exactly."
Exactly. So now you know that before you even ask her, you know the answer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Send them to me. I'll listen. I'll write out a message for them. Tell them how to say no. I'm so sorry. I would love to have you over, but
Okay.
So the other thing that happened is I've spent the last couple years asking people, so when are y'all coming? When are you coming to Mexico? When are you coming? When are you coming? And you know, everybody just decided to come in succession. I've had people every month coming from home. You know, just I've had people coming
to
so
Mexico.
now what do I say? Yeah.
Coming to Mexico doesn't mean coming to stay with me. And it definitely doesn't mean I'm coming to stay with you and you're paying for everything. Right? Like there's a bridge somewhere in there, but you got to burn. And I think it's the paying for everything. I think coming to stay with you is one thing, but coming to stay with you and they not paying for stuff.
But it's not. It's a Thursday conversation. Let's just say
we got this on Thursday. We got this on Thursday, y'all. Who is out there teaching classes on boundaries and saying no?
I need you. Whoever it is, I need
Tell
you.
us. Who is teaching who is teaching Black women how to say no? That might also be my other side hustle. I'll show you how to leave your man. Because if I can do one thing, is leave a man in the dust. And two, I'm gonna teach you how to say no, because my boundaries are they're strong, high. The other day I told my mom, I was prepared to tell my mom, Nidra Tawab, yes. She gets that book on boundaries. The other day I was prepared to tell my mom
Nidra Tawab. And she's from Detroit. That's the other thing. I need to get in touch with her.
Libby, get the book. Read the book. The other day I was telling my mom she can't stay with me anymore. So your cousin, your friend, your whatever, I was so close to being like, I recommend, like for the two of us, I suggest the next time you come, you stay in a hotel. But she said it first. She was like, what if I stay in a hotel next time? Yes. Because every time she comes, she complains in her house in Merida, which is half of the price of my apartment. She's got like 4 bedrooms. And so she's like, I keep a bedroom in Merida dedicated to you. It's just for you when you come, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, you have 4 bedrooms. I have 2 bedrooms. Each of them are smaller than any of the rooms in your place. And I have to store things. So she wants a bedroom, but it's like nothing is in there but like space for her. That's not, this ain't that. Like, it's just not. And so every time she comes, she complains because like, I've got like storage in there and everything. And she feels like claustrophobic and in her room. She doesn't feel welcomed when I don't have like a room that is a dedicated bedroom. And every time she complains, I'm like, the Holiday Inn is down the street, baby. Like, if you don't like it,
you know,
it doesn't make sense for me to have a dedicated bedroom for the week you're here once a year versus me actually using the space that I'm paying for every month. The space that is very expensive that I'm paying for every month. So how do we work through this? Listen, I was out of my mouth. I was about to be like, you can't stay here no more. And she was like, what if I stay in the hotel? And I was like, no, I don't have to say it. I've never said that out loud. So if she watches this video, if she's watching now she knows. I was about to kick her out. But my mama can't stay with me. Like, because I don't like that's the thing. Like, I didn't like the feeling when she was here because she would make jokes about the space. And I'm like, you're coming to my home and I'm not feeling like warmth and joy. I'm feeling like tension because the space isn't up to your standards. But it's never going to be. So why do we keep repeating this pattern? There's a lot of hotels in the city. There's a lot of Airbnbs. We don't need to do this. We don't. So I'm gonna tell you, as someone who was about to tell her mama she can't stay here, if you need any help telling anybody else they can't stay with you, just let me know. I'll write the message. I'll write the message for you. You don't have to listen. You can tweet however you want.
So you don't need to. My gut reaction when you said, my gut reaction was, oh, she can stay at my house. I need help. I need help. I need help. I know it. I know.
Really close friends. Like Angel's coming to town soon. I have a key to her home. She's staying in a hotel. I have a key to her home and the invitation to come whenever I want, because my space situation is not her space situation, right? She got a 3-story home. I have 2 rooms right next to each other. I can hear a text message going off in the room next door, right? Like, it's a different situation. She's staying in a hotel. If she'd asked to stay with me, she could stay with me. She knows that. She could stay with me. She stayed with me before. But she didn't even ask because she knows it's not the same thing, right? Like, we have to recognize what we can do while being true to ourselves. And we're gonna leave this for our Thursday conversation. But we have to like nobody's more important than my happiness. Even my mama, which is why I was like, girl, I'm glad we've learned our lesson. No, you can't stay here next time. And I didn't have to
remember
Go ahead, Yolanda.
I was gonna say I remember the first time that I went to go visit my daughter in Spain. After she had moved, and that was in 2018. At the time, she was her and her then boyfriend were in a 1 bedroom, and we recognized. I mean, as much as finances may have been limited, but our peace of mind was even more important. So I stayed in their apartment with them that first night, and then with the plan already that I was going to get an Airbnb. It's just it wasn't going to be ready until the next day. And so for the rest of the time that I was visiting her in the town in Zaragoza, I was in an Airbnb. Now they have a bigger place now, so whenever I've come before, I have been able to stay. They have a 3 bedroom now, so I've been able to stay. But even the last time that I was there visiting her, the intention was that I was going to go ahead and just find like a short term rental for the time that I was there. And there's no lack of love. It was just, hey, everybody needs that peace of mind. It's like I want you to be able to enjoy my stay, and having so many people because they have like that extra bedroom they now have set up as a home office area. So the intention was got mad love for you, and they love me, but also we don't want to drive each other crazy. We want to enjoy and have our peace of mind. I did end up staying there with them, but always trying to be very respectful. And again, like I know I bought groceries like crazy and stuff, but no, sometimes no is just no, and it's not to be disrespectful. You could always say, "Hey, let me know when you're planning on coming down, so that maybe I can find you a nice place close by that you guys can afford to get. You guys can afford to get. Okay, not that you're gonna pay. Okay, for."
We gonna talk about this on Thursday, but maybe the other day when I'm at my best friend's house, her husband sometimes be like, "How long you over here?" And I'm like, I can take her away from you, right? I can take her and the kids and leave, right? You acting up. I will take her, I will take the kids, and we will leave you. Ask me how long I'm gonna be here. But also I'm leaving soon. Don't worry about that. Because you know what I mean? Like they've got a 4-bedroom house. There's 4 of them. They only use 3 bedrooms. There's an extra room. But when he uses that extra room for an office most of the time. So when I'm there, he doesn't have his office, right? So that puts him out. So he's like, how long am I not going to have my office? And I'm like, baby, you built that to be my guest room. Like there's a bathroom, like there's a whole shower, bathroom next door situation. There's a bed. There happens to be a desk, but that's not your office. You use my room as an office when I'm not there. But when I'm there, respect the owner who pays nothing. Pays no mortgage. But respect it. But when he said that, I'm like, oh no, baby, I'm leaving. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But your kid's gonna be mad when I'm gone. Because even if you think me leaving the office, me like being in your office is a burden on you, your kid's gonna be mad when I'm not here because they love me.
Right.
But still, I'm like, yeah, this is my departure date. I'll pay for dinner tonight. I'm picking up Indian on the way home. Thanks. Bye. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about this. But all of you guys, Nidra Tawwab's book. Jennifer says, Nidra Tawwab, Set Boundaries, Find Peace, a guide to reclaiming yourself.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And she has a workbook as well. I love a good boundary. If I can tell my mama she can't stay with me, all of us can do it. Because if I don't feel good when you're in my home, why are you in my home? You know how much money I got to pay each month to live here, and I don't feel it in my home, and it feels like a burden. Ew. No. All right. Oh, actually, someone earlier, I don't know if you're still here, but someone earlier asked about the art behind me, and I think you were talking about this piece right here. That is by Dara, who commented here, DH. So if you're still here, you're watching the rest of this video, this is the watercolor by Dara. So I didn't put this up for the comment. I put this up to identify Dara, but the champagne is champagne, but Prosecco is Proseccoing. Sparkling wine. That was not about the comment. Ignore that. But don't read that. Don't read that. But this is Dara, DH, is the one who made this art. I saw someone ask earlier. I forgot to say. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Mama, listen. Adelia sent an email to David, said, I said what I said. And baby, I said what I said. I said what I said. You come to my home complaining? Ooh. Ooh. There's a shelter 2 miles down the street.
Not a shelter.
Girl.
Back over there.
Not a shelter.
Don't come to my house complaining about nothing, because I hope you have money to be somewhere else. If you don't like it here. But there's, and this is not about you, Abba, but like there's this idea that like our jobs are to make other people comfortable and happy. No. Like if I'm not happy in my own home, something's wrong, and it's probably somebody else. Because I love my house. I love my home. So if I'm not happy in my own home, I probably need to send someone out. It's probably somebody needs to leave. It's that my cleaning lady, I gave her the week off, and without her for 2 weeks, it's gonna be a disaster in here.
No, I can't do that one.
Woo!
I can't do that one.
Woo!
Oof. Yeah, no concessions have to be made for the housekeeper. I'm sorry. Concessions have to be made for the housekeeper.
I hit her up and I was like, hey, because she comes on Friday, and New Year's and Christmas are Mondays, both, right? I know Christmas is a Monday, so I'm assuming New Year's is a Monday and not New Year's Eve. I don't know these things. I haven't looked up anything this year. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, New Year's Day is Monday.
Monday? Okay, good. So I was like, which one of the Fridays do you want off? And she was like, what if I just come on Thursday this week instead of Friday? And I was like, you can come on Thursday, but if you're going to come on Thursday, you're also going to take the next Friday off. Because like you need to take it's a holiday. Take one day off. I'll pay you. Just take it. It's not enough money that I'm gonna be like if I'm gonna pay you to be here. It's enough money that I'm gonna be
Right?
like I always being able to pay my cleaning lady like a paid day off is the most luxurious feeling I have in the world. There's nothing I can buy that is going to fill an emotional hole that is deeper or better than telling my cleaning lady, take the day off and paying her for that day off. You get a
Right?
paid holiday without asking for it, without it being on a calendar or necessary or any of that stuff. You getting a paid day off? So there's a Christmas bonus. It's like a 13th. There's a required extra pay period here. I paid her 10 times the required amount.
Oh,
You and me, we go together real bad. Real bad. And when I gave her the money, she didn't look and see how much money it was. But she was like, why are you paying? Because I paid it before One Fin. We have a sales period before Christmas. And I saw someone saying it's really good to pay them before that so they can buy things at the sale. We don't get it. Like you have to pay it by, I think by December 20th is when you have to pay it. But I paid it before so she'd get things on sale. And I paid it to her and she was like, now? And I was like, yeah, like you don't want the money. She was like, okay, like I want the money. But so I gave her next Friday off, paid. And the way she's never touched me before. She's leaving this time and she gave me the biggest hug. And I was like, yeah, like listen, I pay you the way I pay you because I need you.
say that.
I
Yes.
it ain't a joke. I need you. When I give you a week off, I need you here the next week. I need listen, I'm gonna survive with 2 weeks between cleaning. It's gonna be a mess when you get back. It's gonna be a disaster. Ain't gonna be a clean dish or utensil in sight.
Yes. I heard that.
But I'm gonna give you this week off. So if you want to go somewhere with your family, go. Do whatever you want to do. Take the money, run. The way she hugged me, the way I was staying at a hotel for this project I'm working on, and I came back at like 2 o'clock when she was here. And she usually leaves at 2. And I literally rolled my suitcase in, washed my hands, went straight to the computer and started working. And I was not paying much attention to her, like what she was doing. She at 2 normally. She didn't leave till 4. And I was like, what was she doing? Girl, the way she folded up and organized all my underwear and all the bras and all of this and everything was in like the perfect fold. And I was like, you knew you weren't coming back for 2 weeks and said like, instead of working a 4-hour day, I'm gonna work a 6-hour day. You don't have to do that, baby. You don't have to do that. But I listen, this is why you can't quit me, right? Like you can't quit me because the way you take care of me this is how I want to feel in my home. This is how I want to feel in my home. So I'll pay for that.
I feel exactly the same way, Rashida. Exactly the same way. So my cleaning person comes on Wednesdays,
Mm-hmm.
but during the holiday, during this time of year, I'm not there. So, but she will come just to handle the dust, and that's the thing. And I appreciate that because I'm allergic to dust, right?
Oh.
So, but yeah, she needs to not come on Wednesday.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mine when I'm not here over the holidays, I'd be like, or like when I'm gonna be in Africa for 6 weeks in the spring. So it's gonna be like because of the spring, it's not gonna be that hot. I'll be like, come every like instead of coming every week, come every like 10 days or so, and just water the plants. Boom, bam, right? Um, and so that'll be a time where she's getting paid more than what she's doing, because you don't need to clean, because once you clean once I'm gone, all you're gonna have to do is dust, right? Like it's not
Right.
gonna be a lot of
Right.
like, you know, I'm not here.
Right.
Yes, baby. These are the people. These are the people that can't. She can do whatever she wants here.
Yes.
She broke
Yes.
something, and she was like, "I'm so sorry, I broke it." And I was like, "Will you be here next week?" Like, I know. She wrote like a body oil thing, and I was like, "Just don't throw it away. I'll pour it into something in a different container." But like, you'll be here next week, right? Like, I don't. There's nothing in here you could do to make me not want you back. So.
Right. I feel the same way. And my housekeeper, she had to have surgery. She had carpal tunnel in both hands. And
Oh,
I'm like, please take whatever time you need. But you're coming back though. You are going to come back. Well, she has another lady that she works with when, during the times where she was really incapacitated. So
yes. Mm-mm. Yeah, baby, I can't.
that's
I want to sing "I Can't Live Without You," but it's not gonna sound good, so I'm not gonna do that. But like, I can't. I don't need a lot of things, but her coming in with no judgment and taking the place from madness to like less madness is amazing. I actually thought about this. I think it was last night I was thinking about this, but like the state of my home used to be how I knew if I was depressed or not. And now like I don't have that indicator. I'm like legit, like, oh, there's a problem versus I'm fine, right? And so now when she's here, I don't have an indicator. And so I'm like, I need to figure out what the other indicators are. Right. Like a therapist told me a long time ago, but like I'm just predisposed to depression. I was like, that's cool, but like what do we do with that? Like lovely information, but like what do we do? And he was like, period. You're predisposed to depression, period. And my best friend's husband that I mentioned a minute ago, who was like, how long are you gonna be here? Not like when are you leaving, but like how long are you gonna be here? He talked about how when he came to my house and my office was like a complete disaster. And I'm like, yeah, I was depressed. Like I cleaned up the rest of the stuff for you guys, but the rooms you weren't gonna be in were chaotic. And so now, like, I don't have that indicator anymore because there's always someone here cleaning. So I need to figure out what the other indicators are. This is not where I wanted to go on Christmas, really, but like, it is where we are. So whatever. And so I'm very interested in knowing that, like, what your other indicators are. Pamela Jones says that's one of her indicators as well. What are your other indicators of depression? Like, I feel like I need to hone in on that so I have some idea of what's going on, and I don't at this point, because it usually is like my place is an absolute, like, I would never let anyone in here. And even the other day, the place was kind of a wreck. I'd been in and out, like I'd been staying at places and coming back. So I had like unpacked suitcases and stuff. And Delia came over and I was like, I don't feel bad about the way it looks because it's just like semi-chaotic. But it doesn't look like it hasn't been cleaned in like a long time. And so yeah, I don't know. I don't anymore.
So mine is endless, lots and lots of Netflix.
Lots of, okay, but I'm Netflix all the time. So, but like, what does lots and lots of Netflix look like to you?
To me, it looks like maybe 6 hours. 6 hours.
6 hours and not doing anything else? But like, what?
Yes.
Like, are you lying on the couch? What's going on?
I may be snacking and Netflix. 6 hours sitting.
Okay, but that's like a Tuesday for me.
Okay, that's not your indicator. Got it.
Or it is, and I just don't know. Like, I gotta think about that now.
Mine is actually looking to see how many snack wrappers I have. Because if I start snacking and not eating actual food, it's like, okay, yeah, you need to snap out of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to think. Okay. Crystal B says personal indicator, if I stop doing things I love and spend way too much time at home. time at home is my love language. So like time at home, but listen to what I'm about to say. Time at home, watching something streaming and eating snacks are like my favorite things to do. So I don't know. Tishy, hi Tishy. I don't think we've talked before. Horrible procrastination, staying away from people and eating a lot of maybe unhealthy foods. The rapper count is quantifiable. Yes, I know. Sometimes I look around and I'm like, it's too much. But like, I don't think I've been depressed in my recent history, my recent past, because typically when I look around, I'm like, oh, this amount of rappers. It's usually like your peppermint patties. This amount of rappers is not good. And so like get up and throw them away as opposed to like just laying in the wrappers, right? Which is what I think I would normally do when I'm actually depressed. Like, I'll clean. It's not like I'll clean it up later. It's like, let me take care of this now. So yeah, Hyacinth B says that's a Sunday at home for me. Yes, girl, that's me. I think so. My rule, no matter how I'm feeling, what I'm mourning, what's going on with me, my rule is like I have to eat something every day and I have to shower every day. And the times where I can't eat or shower every day, that is typically like my like, oh, we are down low. We are down low. And so Brittany Joy says, I can tell based on how many baked goods I have. I tend to bake at night when I can't sleep. If I can get out of bed to like bake, I'm not depressed. Not for me. That's not an indicator. Yolanda, do you have indicators? Do you suffer from depression? Do you have indicators of that?
So for me, my depression evolves in it or comes out another way. It's I have tics that happen. I have like I don't want to call it PTSD, but I guess in some form of stuff. But I literally have tics that I have to watch out for. So, girl, you know whether I'm going through something mentally, I'm gonna eat. Yeah, it don't matter. But for me, it's just certain ticks that I tell myself because it's like once I have that tick, then my mind just starts going deeper and deeper into it. And so,
Okay.
yeah, depression affects people in different ways, but yeah, that's mine. It's just it took me a long time to realize. I was like, oh, why do you keep doing that whenever you think about something from um, whatever and stuff? Yeah, it manifests in different ways. So yeah, but overall, yeah, I'm gonna eat, and I'm always going to be celebratory in some kind of sense. So I have to because that's my personality. I have to be mindful that I'm not just masking. So I now know how it manifests in other ways.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Lady Sarita says, if I don't go to yoga, I know something's off for me. And Aisha 40 something fire says, personal indicator, stop taking care of myself, exercise, eating correctly, and making myself presentable. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you something that is like my deepest shameful secret, and y'all gonna judge me, and it's okay. There was a time I see you, Yolanda. There was a time where I don't know how long it was, but it had to be months that I went but I didn't have a house cleaner without changing my sheets. Like the energy that it would have taken to change my sheets was like to wash them, take them off the bed, wash them, and put them back on myself was more than I had or more than I could muster for long enough that like I can't even I don't even know how long it was, but like it was long enough that y'all should judge me, but I hope you don't. Right? Like I was sometime when I
No
was in Ohio,
judgment.
probably winter time. You're like that was it for me. And so I was thinking about that the other day that I don't have that now because like once a week she comes in and changes my sheets. Right? Like she puts them on top of the washer. I throw them in the washer once a week. And she next week and then I throw them on she comes in, she takes the dirty sheets off the washer, she puts them on top of the washer. At some point during the week, I've got 7 days to put them in the washer with some soap, press the button. And when they're done, I put them on the guest bedroom. And then when she comes, she changes them. Right. So like that indicator of like, it's been how long since you changed your sheets? doesn't exist for me anymore. That's what I was thinking about. Like my shoes get changed once a month, whether I want them to or not, right? Like they are getting changed once a week. Whether I have the energy to or not, because putting them in the washing machine is literally like take them from the top, putting them in, putting soap in, bam, done. And so yeah, like I know there was a time where it was probably, I know it was more than a month. I don't know how long it was. It was months without changing white sheets. Baby, them
That's
sheets were never white
depression.
again. Them sheets were never white again.
That's depressed. That's
That I was
that's an
depressed.
indicator. That's an
When I was in
indicator.
Ohio,
That
depressed.
alone, that alone. No shade to anybody who
Yeah,
lives in Ohio. I mean, I live in Michigan. Well,
yeah.
I have a house in Michigan. So I know this is just, it's the gray season. It's
It's
depressing.
it's depressing. And I don't know. I literally don't know how long it was. When I took them out, I looked at my sheets and I was like, these are real brown. Like what's and I think when you're depressed, it's like, oh, these are real brown. This is not right. But what am I gonna do? I'm sleeping them again tonight. Like I don't have it
Yeah.
in me to get up and strip the bed, wash them, put them back on, and make the bed
Be that way sometime.
just a cotton bed. And so yeah, I
However
think I
it
need
manifests. It's like this is always just however it manifests, it's there. And
yeah,
it's okay. We ain't judging. This is your safe space. This is our safe space.
listen.
For
So
real.
that is something that like I am curious about. Like at this point, what are my depression indicators? Right? Like because I don't have cleaning or like the state of my place as a thing. So I'm curious. I'm curious.
My other
What about you?
indicator is putting makeup on because I hate putting on makeup. So
So if you
if I'm
do it,
very down, I will actually put makeup on to make myself look more presentable and
okay.
kind of hide that I'm feeling down.
Okay. So when you put on makeup, you know something's wrong.
Yeah, I'm like mentally in that space of I can see that I look tired and depressed. So let me spruce myself up a little bit.
I
Masking.
Yeah.
I think when I am depressed, I act like I am, like I'm sick, like I won't get out of bed. Or if I get out of bed, I'll go to the couch and then I'll crawl back in bed. This last week when I was sick, I was like, there was a day where I didn't get out of bed until like 3-ish, I think. And then I went to the couch, or was it six? It was 6. It was 3 or it was 6, whatever it was. I spent like 3 hours on the couch and I went right back to the bed. And like that was it. That was it. Um, but yeah, I know that it's something I have to be aware of, and I haven't figured out like what the thing is. I would guess right now that part of it would be not caring for my plants. There's a plant here I need to live to
Mm.
work on, but I haven't done any work because like they're a living thing that if I don't take care of them, they're gonna die, right? And so what are the things that but I also don't need to do anything to them for me to survive, right? Like I need to eat because I'm gonna get hungry, right? I need to sleep. The plants, I will still be okay if they're dying. Um, but they're alive. I'm still watering them. Watering my plants is like at least an hour and a half. It takes me at least an hour and a half to water my plants, sometimes
Oh
2 hours.
wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like no lie, it's a lot of. It takes
It's a
a
lot
lot
of
of.
plants.
It takes a lot. It's a lot of plants. It takes a lot of time. So like, but sometimes I can be like, I just need to water these 3 plants. Look droopy. I just need to water these 3 plants. But if I'm like, if the plants start dying here, if anyone comes over and all my plants are dying, I'm
That's an
depressed. I'm gonna
indicator.
say this now. If anyone comes over and the plants don't look like I've been taking care of them, there's something going on. That's the I think probably a, I'm not saying it's the first indicator, but I'm definitely saying it's somewhere on the list of like I don't have the extra energy to expend. But I will say I think that as opposed to living in Ohio where it's dark for 9 months out of the year, maybe 6, I'm still saying 9. Um and having a job that one job I hated and one job that I tolerated. Being here in Mexico City where it's sunny, even if it's cold. Our cold is like 40 degrees. Even if it's cold, the sun is still up, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I don't work with people I don't like. I work with Stephanie every day. Not every day, but when she lets me, we work together. Like it's a different feel. So I don't think that I've been as depressed. I don't know that I have been depressed while I've been living here. But like I said, but yeah, but definitely in Ohio. So
I can get stuck in a rut,
mhm.
but it's not necessarily depressed. It's like, I mean, I wouldn't call it depressed. It's like, yeah, I can get kind of stuck. And it's like, I know I've got to change something. Something has got to, I've got to do something different.
Yes.
So I wouldn't actually call it depressed,
But when you're in that rut, doesn't it feel like it's and you do something different? Does it feel incredibly hard to do anything different?
it does. It does. It does.
That might be depression.
Oh,
I'm not a therapist, so I'm not a psychologist. I'm not diagnosing you,
dang.
but it might could be depression. Possible.
It's not often that I get depressed. I'm not well, or maybe I just don't know I'm depressed.
Because how do you like what are the indicators? How do you know? Because it's not like your brain is like, "Hey sis, you're depressed." Like, press this button and we'll fix it now, right? Your brain is like, the world is terrible and everybody's awful.
So
Go back to
right before I moved to Mexico in 2022,
Mhm.
I knew I was depressed. But that was pandemic time. It was
Yeah.
like I was like, I can't wait to get out of here. I gotta go. I needed to change.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that counts.
I mean, depression is depression. I think it always counts. But like, what does it count as, right? Like, is it a negative or is it just like a phase we go through in life?
And it's never
You
been
say
anything that I
something.
couldn't just switch myself out of. I mean, it's
Oh, I can't switch myself out of it. I got to
okay.
no. Mm-mm. What were you saying, Yolan?
Unfortunately, let it run its course.
Oh, I was just saying that she said something when she was talking about the pandemic, depression maybe because of pandemic. But so when the pandemic first happened and everything was shut down again, I've been working, remote since 2018. So at first I was like, I'm gonna work from home and not go anywhere. All right. My only issue was that um, because like at the end of the day, I would always go someplace and maybe have a cocktail and an appetizer because I needed to see people. I needed to see someone. So when everything shut down, I was like, oh, this is fine. And then I realized, and thank goodness I actually happened to bring in my a foster dog who actually became my dog right before the pandemic because I had a cat, but yeah, I needed a dog that needed me. Um, I realized that being working remote and working at remote and having to stay inside and social distance and not see people was completely different. And I thought I was above at the time. I thought, so you just can't go nowhere. So what? You've been working remote since 2018, and then I probably like a month or so in, probably 2 months in, I guess. It's like that's when I felt the cabin fever really kick in, and it truly affected me in a different level of emotional not being able to thank God for my pets that I had, but it definitely affected me in a way that of course nobody could see coming. That just because you got to work remote before, this is way different. Even though I got up every morning still and went for nice long walks like I usually did, there was still this lack of connection that was happening. And maybe because I missed my happy hours at 5 o'clock, and whatever it was, it it scared me. It really did. It scared me completely. I was like, oh, this is very different than what I thought I would be handling. Because again, I didn't have any kids at home, and I'm sure like it affected people if they did have kids at home. They were probably going crazy too. But that brought on a level of, I'll say, concern about my well being
Mm-hmm.
during that time. Yeah, and it was kind of scary. It was kind of scary. And then on top of that, to add on top of that, you had the George Floyd situation. And I'm not making light of it when I say it like that, but it took me to a level that I did not even know I could go to. It was absolutely scary. So, with all that being said and done, uh, ladies, gentlemen, whoever's out there, pay attention and don't disregard your emotional, mental well being.
How
It
did
can
you,
come at
do
you in
you
different
know
ways.
how you dug yourself out of there?
Um, Started seeing a therapist at the end of was it the end of 2020 or the end of 2021? I can't remember when I started seeing a therapist because my daughter, my oldest daughter, is a therapist, and I think for her, I think it was, and I'm not going to speak for her entirely, but I think that it was may have been a bit more of a challenge for her because her friends knew that she was a therapist, people knew that she was a therapist, so people were really coming to her, and she was the one that really encouraged me and probably like other people, you need to find a therapist. You've got to find a therapist because I'm sure it was probably weighing heavy on her because everybody was coming to her with not just her friends just coming to her just as friends and normal communication, but also coming to her with a lot more a higher level of issues on top of during that whole time. Uh, the therapy, psychiatry, mental health business took a that was one of the businesses that definitely survived or had an uptick. Um, so she's the one that actually encouraged me. It's like you need to see a mental health therapist. I'm not going to go on. That's a Thursday conversation, but it took some time, and it was a long journey. It was a long journey, and during that time, what's funny is during that time, that's when I really noticed that you have some tics that I probably always had. I just never really put it in place until during the pandemic, and I was like, why? Because it's like you get so deep into your thoughts, you get so deep into whatever it is that's kind of freaking you out at the time. And so that's when I really noticed the chicks, and then they just kind of took over. And so it was a coping mechanism for me that you know I don't know if they're here to stay, but they're here. Okay.
Mm. But like at a certain point, like whatever you need to do to cope is just kind of what it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially
I
when
mean,
you're
I'm
in it.
far better than I was, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. I forgot to say thank you to God's Green Earth for sliding over a super chat today. You're headed to Nairobi, Kenya next Saturday and ready to start off your new year in the motherland.
Oh,
Congratulations.
nice.
Congratulations. Congratulations. I've never been to Kenya. It's on my to-do list, but it's never happened. So my mom went to Kenya without me this year.
I remember that.
Hmm.
You got a problem with that,
Hmm.
huh?
No,
You
here's
did
the
that
thing.
whole.
Just
Mm.
to be clear, my mom has a problem when I travel without her, but then she'd be traveling without me. And when I'm like, but how does it make sense that you make plans without me, but you get upset when I make plans without you? And she's like, well, you wouldn't want to do that anyway. You wouldn't want to go with, and I'm like, you didn't even like invite me. Instead, you're like, oh, you wouldn't want to go, but if you go on a trip, I got to go on the trip too. I know you're watching right now and you can see this, and I want you to get it together.
She's gonna send
Shandon,
that same message.
get it
She's gonna
together.
she's gonna send that same message. Are you still talking about me? Why are you
Are
still
you?
talking about me?
Are you still? What is the? Why are you? She knows why. She knows why. Mm-mm. JG
So,
says,
ladies, I got to go eat. I'm sorry, I got to go eat because yeah, that brunch ends at 3, and I got to go. So I'm about to go stock some things out. Got my binoculars. So I'm about to go eat.
you're going into town and bringing the binoculars
Well, just in case. But no, she has two
to see
pairs. It's
what?
fine. I mean, just
To
to
see
see
what?
like out lower. So like I can see Playa
What?
Escondido from here. That is pretty freaking cool.
See what?
Looking.
Looking at what? Kayla, you still here, Kayla? Let's talk, Kayla.
No, she gone. She
Oh,
gone.
I'm gonna
You
talk
gone. You
about
gone,
you.
right?
See what?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
All right. We'll
Merry
see you later. I feel like
Christmas.
it's 2
Happy
hours. I just talked to y'all.
holidays.
Happy holidays. See you guys
Merry
on
Christmas.
Thursday for our weekly chat. If you're not part
Okay,
of the
love.
membership, these ladies are all part of my YouTube
You got to
membership.
join if you haven't joined.
Thursday
Yep.
Yes.
There you go. The eye candy. Thank you, Hyacinth. Yes, some eye candy, maybe. You know,
But
who
she
knows?
wasn't gonna
We'll
say it.
see.
You see,
Hey,
Hyacinth,
there's
she
nothing
agrees
wrong
with
with it.
what she's saying, but she wasn't gonna say it. But we knew what she was doing.
Right. We knew what she was
She's
doing.
scoping out the menses.
Right. Right.
Listen.
I'm just
I'm
looking.
not mad at you. I am not mad at you. Plus, you look cute and all of that.
Exactly.
Go do it. Go do it.
That
Go do
you're
it.
fresh me a
Because
scout.
you look adorable.
Yes, that little
Okay.
low
Thank
cut.
you. I
We see
appreciate
the
you.
low cut dress. We see it.
See.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have
Get them booties up.
fun.
Bye,
Yes.
love.
All right. Bye. On that note, we've been live for 3 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I definitely thought this was going to be a 1 hour video, but we have
Oh, we covered so much though.
all right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you haven't given us a thumbs up already, give it a thumbs up. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, tell YouTube you didn't like it by giving it a thumbs down. So YouTube does not recommend my content to you anymore because
But
this
really,
is what you get.
do the thumbs up. Do the thumbs up.
Listen. I'd be like, just make a decision. Tell YouTube because if you didn't like it, don't come back next week complaining about how you don't like it. Because what's the point?
See?
That sounds foolish, right? Tell YouTube I
Foolishness.
don't want some more, or yes, I want more of it. Tell them something. And I will see you guys next week, New Year's Eve.
New
for some
Year's
more
Eve.
shenanigans of some sort.
Alrighty.
Bye, y'all. Thank you guys for being
Bye.
here. Thanks,
Bye.
Aileen. Thanks, Abba.
Thank
Thursday
you.
conversation. I'm not letting you off the hook.
I know.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Ba, 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 ba.